aye ensia na UEFA Champions League games no etie for say na honsam no etitie Napoli bobo Chelsea na yenya Barcelona nso betena Camp Nou na watwen aye Copenhagen bobo ko no aze Benfica ebobo Real Madrid Liverpool ane Karabakh bobo Man City ane aye Galatasaray Borussia Dortmund ebobo Inter afa PSV Eindhoven omuso betena fi no mo atwen aye Bayern Munich bobo ko no PSV PH bobo ko no ni Newcastle na bobo na Frankfurt enso tenefi atwen Tottenham Hotspur Arsenal say Osha the UEFA Champions League table na omni dikane amo tenefi no mo atwen aye Karat Almaty enso onsem dinano ye de Abraham na Atletico Madrid enso tenefi no mo abo aye Bodo Glimt ni dinane honsam the other games no nsem dinano atie for the bedam na no and Barcelona amu coach you finish Hansi Flick also the new format the Champions League no e be views are there now say enwon kakra ama Champions League need no ensheda anyhow na coach ni so on south for that school of thought no ono mo enya adwen also no the new format the Champions League no na ni je ho pa na adekwenti o kasa no Champions ye be this sound come no and so awo dwumadie no eso na ye be fia se sei Asante Kotoko ane Samba Onea contract extension buha no ye dia no betum se sei korofo ne sa brante no emom tough time pa I'm try sa brante we to stand in the contract no ade amakuma se Asante Kotoko because is it aka sa brante 6 months and aka awo ne contract no so and said the name no the Bosman ruling about 6 months ya brante no obetuni club bi edi nkomo eno ena Kotoko try senka brante no ebetumi stand in the contract na Kotoko mum etimi stand in the contract no yakoba ne abehe Kotoko betumi aton brante no ana brante no ebeko eyefri ne ba ne sa adien na eka dia fa Kumase Asante Kotoko bobo ko nkenka ene the IMC no mo no msisie no ni na ne yakoba ne abedi eyesan nkomo of course ena All Blacks bobo ko no Adi betu just mutually omo terminate omo coach Ahmed Fati omo terminate and a contract omo say a heart related reason inti na ma omo terminate a contract no so say the new coach omo fa no Kasim Menga ni na ne koba na ya be din komo etimi edi amamo this and many more insurance 04.5 939 ye ko na garbage ram Gabi the foreigner ati Washe Jumedi na say etimi edi ama Richard ne beto bibianka awo Jumedi so good morning Yeshe Jumedi na say
in the process maybe say promo code ayedian no about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no ye chow £5 and €5 and you more Europe so America na Canada ye chow $10 for free o send this cancel ye nto we tap send it no fee.
Hey, neje se ukayo. Tap send. Papa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any I'm checking my sound from. Kaish. Soon tap send party jack. Mama we are saying can you? Hey, me ndaba.
Ofa, pacha mama mfro.
He no kwa woni abri say.
Masoya ye hye nana.
Na dey.
Se ba bia meti ye tumi o. E na me wo fa send me sika. Di nkan wo de kosi wo bisu ni pakura discount. Yo de ba ye nso a me koyi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem a transaction ho hoda.
Debbie. And catch you offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this camera wire. About the mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send dear. If you see fana baby obia, so what Europe and America, Canada. So kura Android so kuta iPhone and once we download app na two phones so. In the process, maybe say promo code ayedian. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chow £5 and €5 and you more Europe. So America na Canada ye chow $10 for free o send this cancel ye nto we tap send it there no fee.
Hey, neje se ukayo. Tap send. Papa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any I'm checking my sound from. Kaish, a soon tap send party jack. Mama, we are saying, can you? Hey, remember?
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
You know what you say?
Masoya yes nana.
Not day.
Se baby am tie to me. And I me wo fa send me ska. Din kan wo de kosi wo business ni pakura discount. You de buy enso am ko yi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem my transaction ho da. Ah,
Debbie. And catch bra, catch offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this come away. About to mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send dear. If you see fana baby obia, so what Europe and America, Canada. So kura Android so kuta iPhone and once I download app na two phone so. In the process, maybe say promo code ADN. No about Nhyira FM asho a basa automatically no. Yeah, chow £5 and €5 and you more Europe. So America na Canada, yeah chow $10 for free. Oh send this cancel yento we. Tap send it there. No fee.
Hey, they just say okay yo. Tap send. Papa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any mama check them some fro. Kaish, a soon tap send party jack. Mama, we are saying, can you? Hey, remember that?
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
In the process, maybe say promo code ADN. No about Nhyira FM asho a basa automatically no. Yeah, chow £5 and €5 and you more Europe. So America na Canada, yeah chow $10 for free. Oh send this cancel yento we. Tap send it there. No fee.
Hey, they just say okay yo. Tap send. Papa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any mama check them some fro. Kaish, a soon tap send party jack. Mama, we are saying, can you? Hey, remember that?
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
You know what you say?
Masoya yes nana.
Not day.
Se baby am tie to me. And I me wo fa send me ska. Din kan wo de kosi wo business ni pakura discount. You de buy enso am ko yi a e ho sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem my transaction ho da. Ah,
Debbie. And catch bra, catch offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this come away. About to mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send it there. If you see fana baby obia, so what Europe and America, Canada. So
Oda yi.
Be solid. Sounds good and so come.
Why? Oh yeah. Bibi kama. Say mitimi dapa.
Too much is bad.
Can you pay?
Not too much is bad.
No, Ubi in City in Arsenal.
But it's just 6 points.
I know.
Yeah, so it's just too much.
But 6 points will be what is 12.
No. This is 6 points, not 12.
I know.
In Manchester United's case, a 6 point ahead 12 now against Fulham and Brentford. This season, Ruben Amorim go away to Anfield, ricochet Liverpool, who are the defending champions.
I didn't know what you mean.
And American. So if for me, Michael,
because you say sad games in the boarding.
Exactly. So that's exactly.
Those are big games, you know. The motivation is there to play.
Exactly. So listen, American will say that's why don't Manchester United fans should not get ahead of themselves and think say you're out of the woods.
No problem, Barney.
Oh, me, I'm doing my job. I'm an analyst. That's what I'm being paid every day to do. To be me, yemejuma. Oh, now oh supporting United into me yemejuma. So oh, Manchester United here. I think they need to calm down. This weekend is going to be against Fulham. Prepare against Fulham. United will a full week to prepare against Fulham. Fulham be Jaibo and I'm a United abo. That's a different story. If you're able to break down Fulham, then you know that you are there consistently. And then after the season, United do a proper justification as to where they want to go, squad planning, squad profiling. Then maybe the club can get back to where they used to be. But of course, United need to say or enjoy the days of Michael Carricker. You can't fault them because it has been tough.
And I think I may know how to do. Also, sa games in getting Fulham money, Burnley, no. I mean, tricky banana skin.
Very, very tricky.
When you be back home, no, either as well Bodua no show.
Yeah.
Inti all them know ya dream. Me know ya dream 100%. If you na down na me yesa oba. Ona we Chelsea ni. Inti also me busa question na of course oni ni na edisan komowi. Liam Rose ni e ba you know.
Yeah.
So far I think what was saying 5 matches right?
Yeah.
The performance no who is saying they different. Bibi Sonko Ben or by oh share on the previous coaches or my back on now. Dear Sonko bin on their back can Chelsea team no.
I think it's always a Liam above 5 matches. Na yeah, Emma Liam analysis every day. If you catch him in terms of prepared better. is the fact that we're in all competitions. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, and then the league. The league, we were against Brentford and then Crystal Palace. Champions League, we were against Pafos, Ochina, we were against Napoli. And then in the FA Cup, we were against Arsenal. Then in the EFL Cup, we were against Charlton. We were against Charlton. Which is a time now Enzo Maresca won. Now, Chelsea problem any beating of the big boys now. Chelsea this season and Liverpool. Or Paris Saint-Germain in the off-season. Or Barcelona this season. So playing against the big boys or draw against Arsenal with 10 man. So playing against the big boys particularly has not been a problem. The problem for Chelsea has been say how they can be consistent with their results and also beat the smaller teams. And then Chelsea fans in the week say Enzo Maresca performance he wasn't getting it consistently, but in all of that he was very close to the top. Honestly, I feel say Liam Rossini Bayern. I say in his own thought of the job, it was sometimes but in your teaching, he was trying to ask himself, you know, he's a Mensaka. Then I meet me, I miss what are the opportunities that are easy to grab in the early stages of the job that I can win people over? I think that what Liam Rossini recognized was in two folds, and I don't know me try to expansion here. One, the psychological bit of the game at Chelsea, and two, the tactical bit, and also how he was going to marry the two to get consistent results. Which Sobekara last season, I'm going to Enzo Maresca won the first season, and maybe he was very close to winning the league. Okay. And it's a job for Commissioner. They say, is the team ready to win the league? Enzo Maresca can say, Debbie, or no, who say, it will take it It will take you 2 years, 3 years.
Kofi, Michelle, I don't know, so I'm fixing here. I'm fixing as a call on and off, so I distracted me. Yet you find me so, when I'm fixing here, and Yentua and common so. Again, Miss Sam Pacho beam, and your network in a high and pa, Monfan chain. I'm also more complaining, be near, I try so hard, sir, you bet me a solve it. Aye problem ne dia mamti mom bear with us na anya ne kakra sa na yemfa nkonye ne enye bo apayo kra network no na Kofi me say dey bibia e kama
means cardia
it's okay
it's likely okay. So what I'm trying to say is that last season Abuna Enzo Maresca ekwakoji or close with Liverpool in terms of winning the league, you know. Now journalists be saying to betimi agent. You remember the refrain? Untiminje yinyanto basi kakra which one kasa yam se no buy ko wodi bebre do ketore bi na ukra yam asho because oba no say okay we can win today, we can win now. For me, I think that is where he realized that there's an opportunity. Let him imbibe confidence in the players. Jimmy said they are good enough,
and the supporters as well.
Yes, and the supporters as well. See you meet me here. And I tried to explain on the very first day I came here and said, Rich, what is the worst that will happen to Liam? That is the worst. Even Carlo Ancelotti has been sacked from a job before. So it is not going to be something that has not happened before. So that is the psychological bit of the game. And to be very understand, the psychological part of the game is very important in playing against the small teams. Like you said, there is intrinsic motivation against the big boys. The world is watching. A big game will be a share. But when you play against Fulham, Brentford, you find results, you find ways to get results around them. You see, tactically, I don't think Liam Ayenyoma giddy because I've heard him still say in the press, say Ejuma Enzo Maresca here as base for Chelsea tactics is good enough. So he just have to make specific tweaks in getting them down. In the few games that I've watched Chelsea play this season, Rich, I've seen some of them. And no one can TFO through some of them quickly, just so we can get to other matters and also discuss them. Rich, what do you say? Liam Rossini say, Oshe games that Chelsea have bought in the last 2 games are against the smaller side. No, none of your part to do is to break down those sides. Over against Crystal Palace, how to break them down. Over against Paphos, how to break them down. Over against Fulham, how to break them down. You see, Rich, sometimes also the focus is too much on just breaking down our teams. No, it's breaking down our teams. You are focusing too much on breaking them. Nobody can attack a show. This has been very, very clear with Enzo Maresca. And that is why, for me, the game against Crystal Palace was telling. Anybody else in here? In that game against Crystal Palace, no. Now Crystal Palace 3-5-2. It means that the middle of the pitch was constricted, very, very compact. And Enzo Maresca, he would have played in a 3-1-6. 3-1-6, they say, upper 6 players in the opponent last line. Into Mount Fifer, Omega overload of 1. But what Liam Mosenier decided to do is that he doesn't want the 3-1-6 because so about 3-1-6 now. Oh, break you down 150 years here. This annotation, this area massacre now. He will suffer to break them down. Become more can say so he rather went into a flat 4-3-3. And in the 4-3-3, it's a Chelsea Kitabona, a 3-3 in this area. So Enzo Fernandez is both FIFA. Caicedo both FIFA. Plus Andre Santos. Which to the extent that when you look at the numbers of Andre Santos in this area against Crystal Palace, the young Brazilian player became the first Chelsea midfielder in the last 10 seasons to have 3+ of the following metrics in a Premier League game. Rich Onope, he had 3+ tackles in the game against Crystal Palace, 3+ interceptions, 3+ clearances, and then 3+ fouls won. So what that meant is that whilst under Enzo Maresca, the focus was an aggressive attack. Overload them in the last line. Let's break them down like that. Liam Mosenier wants a much more balanced, patient approach. We will find ways to get a job done. And in playing with Andre Santos, if there is a turnover, so I think that in the metrics, the style of play, the positional freedom, and the intensity that I constantly talk about, Rich, it is good for the smaller teams. I won't be surprised if Liam Mosenier beats the smaller teams a lot. But maybe that may not work against the big boys. Maybe I said I was starting, Charlton Obesheno, Brentford Obesheno, Fulham Obesheno, Crystal Palace Obesheno. But Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, to an extent Manchester United, he may struggle to.
So yeah. Now Maresca share big boys.
Yes.
But do we share
smaller teams? Yeah.
But we now, Liam no.
Yeah.
On the ball now, I say low block teams, you know.
Yeah.
Or better ways and means to beat you. But the big boys,
yeah.
A bad thing,
because big boys, everybody's playing. Mm-hmm. You are not coming to break a smaller team down. You open up and play. That is when you profile or attack very well to get the best out of them. So that can go either ways. But it is very clear that from how he plays, he's going to get a success against us. I think so. China against Napoli will be a big test for him. Do you know why? There'll be a Napoli Dano. So Omar Insha, they're out. They will need to win tomorrow. Chelsea also need a win to guarantee a place in the top 8. What is going to be Liam Mosenier game plan or China against Napoli? Is he going to go and play? And especially depending on how Antonio Conte plays our Champions League game in him. Will Antonio Conte shut up shop and ask Liam Mosenier to break him down? Will Antonio Conte open up when attackers and decide to go after them and now? The game against Juventus, Napoli and Juventus can provide a good template for him. Rich, me person wait here for share this annotation quickly, then we can move on to other things.
So over Champions League table now.
Yeah.
Napoli at that 25th.
Yeah, 25th,
yeah. I'm just 8 points.
See here 24 teams.
24.
Yeah.
And it means that so my team and Chelsea are playoffs in the
yeah.
Champions League automatically.
Yeah. Wow. Team of that 24 or 24th or how many points?
Olympiacos. I'm checking Olympiacos points, you know. And also the same 8 points.
Yeah. So it means that Napoli needs to at least better the performance.
From PSV and Alvin. I don't know that 22nd. No?
Yeah.
Obiao 8-8-8. Even Babao, Olympiacos, Napoli, 8-8-8. Yeah.
It means that Napoli have to find a way to win the game. Oman team are finding ways to win the game. Very, very, very difficult to do. And yes, sir, a very, very tough thing. In that regard, what's going on?
Chelsea for Nasha say a bopa to do good beer.
Say,
we play 10 weeks hamstring.
But you do when I said, "But do when you play beer, I want to was it."
Because about to do good
too much is play. I want to was it.
But to do good play beer.
But you do play beer, but you do good ya. We see a do pra we mash gidi.
Oh, start you.
And then Bobo pra the other day.
And I'm going to do something, bro. You're born.
Hamstring injury.
Hey, Charlie.
That's bad news for Manchester United.
10 weeks, 10 weeks.
Very, very
and
bad.
Well, who's they saying go for form? I ran to anyway, you move on. And the news about no. But the Dogu, according to you, almost 10 weeks, and better.
It is going to be a very, very big test for Liam Rossinier, to be very honest. And like I'm saying, I just want to pass through with these things for you. Say, Oshe tactical board, no swear. Time when Chelsea yes almost brought up against Crystal Palace, which instead of under Liam Rossinier, 3 centre backs will build up. No, this time Liam Rossinier considered the goalkeeper as part of the centre backs. It's 2 outside centre backs and 1 goalkeeper. And Washa, Crystal Palace for a pressing very aggressive in FIFA because for such things that's the plan. Yeah, now your central progression. But instead of under Enzo Maresca time at 3-1-6, and it's not bad, different principles and plans to win a game. Liam Rossinier wants the 2, and you can see them here. Andre Santos, Moises Caicedo to receive the ball in that area. Andre Santos on just the 2 players at all. One thing I've also realized with Liam, they say, Rich, now again, look at the 2 players. Crystal Palace are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. Luis James has not inverted. Mark Kukurea, and a full inversion. But it's the 2 midfielders here. For the very first time, no inversion, but a natural midfielder to be able to progress the ball from there. I think, and Oshe after the game up, Liam Rossinier spoke about it. No, say the beauty of having Andre there is that it allowed Moy to stay in the middle of the pitch. So he's using Moise Caicedo more as the box-to-box hunter. And I think that is the strength. Who's a Declan Rice? See, I want to go do. Declan is now playing as a box-to-box midfielder. I think that is where the strength of Caicedo is. Or maybe box-to-box. Emma Asema Debiametaka, which is the counter press, no works better. Because the counter press is that you should be intense enough to win the ball back. And against smaller teams, one key thing that you need is sustained pressure. And you need the counter press to be able to sustain the pressure up and down the touchline to get the job done. For me, those are the clearest of things that I've seen from Liam Rossinier and in the style of play, which is 3 things. First, the intensity and sustained pressure. Again, also the proximity of the midfielders. Now, as you can see here, Enzo, Andre, and Moises Caicedo to combine and play one touch to play out of the congested central area, find the fullbacks and the likes. Again, also finally, the counter press and intensity, which has been very, very high under coach friend Liam Rossinier. We'll see if he will be able to get success consistently. And I think Yami Admochina maybe provided a huge test for him.
I ran to baby some questions. Carrick no by the no different. Coaches now came no moment all of a sudden that's about win result. Now look, sometimes football and yet tactics giddy biao. And you man the psyche of the players. Yeah. And when you say Carrick ba dia ba ko be ye. And say Obeka players this is Manchester United namobo. Result oriented team. And you result. Ebi a what Brentford the whole board dry normal. Yeah. Osha fine. Ulusua your fans say a game home. But Manchester United so tron ebi a Brentford bini and ye be the supporters will come at you. Yeah. So when you say dia ba ko boy young word is the psyche of the players. Now the what tricky nyema ba ko mienu bi ensa bi profiling of players and no one any big bia.
You see who's a profile of players in the camp is important too.
Yeah, very, very important.
It's very, very important because
And
yeah, even away from Patrick Dogu, we spoke about Patrick yesterday, but look at Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo coming into the midfield of Manchester United has granted Bruno Fernandes the ability to go forward and be the 10. Yeah, and you get the best out of Bruno in that area. Exactly. Bruno, it helps the team. But for me, again, I want more gameplay, smaller teams. Then you can assess Michael Carrick better. Because again, Manchester United versus Arsenal this season, first game of the season. Arsenal winning 1-0, but the better side was them. The better side was Manchester United. I've seen Manchester United go away to Old Trafford, to Anfield, and then beat Liverpool. This same Liverpool team. So this weekend against Fulham is big. Marco Silva. How will Manchester United face it? Because Omako away twice. Omako Emirates, Omako Etihad. How do you play against Marco Silva at home? How is the game state going to be like? Very, very, very interesting, and we see how Manchester United.
How's the draw at that? Where in the Diasama?
Which, you see, if you have top talent there, and you're able to keep your money at that, and Paris Saint-Germain for that draw, then they've taken the boy away from Barcelona. But again, nada, sir, because what was the pathway of Joe Fernandez to the Barcelona team? Very difficult as a young player. So Paris Saint-Germain in the last few games, who is it apart from Chelsea? Paris Saint-Germain are the youngest team of Europe, especially in the Champions League. IB Mbaye of Senegal. What's his name? Desiree Doué, Badi Bakola. Very, very young boys in their team, and they are playing. It looks as if Luis Enrique has done a good job on Drew, convinced him to sign a contract until 2030. And Barcelona phoning him that Paris Saint-Germain phoning him Kasa. Only you said that Paris Saint-Germain any draw agents need come. In fact, Drew himself had told Barcelona phoning the dressing room. So there's a likelihood that he may leave Barcelona, and it's Paris Saint-Germain that he's going to go. And now the deal became official. And Luis Enrique has gotten his man. It's very sad because you would have expected Barca to keep their play, and Barca for value the boy, right? Nhyira said, "I say." Barca are getting just 6 million euros. 6 million euros
for such a talented boy.
For Drew. They wanted him to wait and sign a long-term contract, professional top contract. Then they can put a release clause in it, big one. But the boy, I got to the point, and Paris Saint-Germain tapped it on him. And now,
also the reason saying free Barcelona.
Oh, game time. He feels like he's young. Which the young boys today, time number, were 17-year-olds and 19-year-olds. Lamine Yamal, be saying, on Yinchen Bibrisa, Drew is a young boy, however, but he feels that there's an opportunity at Paris Saint-Germain. And Rich,
ready now. Also, one son, every to me, I come, but I not what our messages no. Every time you're making our messages now, and your was here, I will do national, and some at me, I come. And now, no pay, Yenin Komakaka, UEFA, Champions League matches at Twitter, and then Yasam go to 18 matches, and Airbus Intino, boys, with this car, and then if you can see him, every the papa, it's also now, but and your demand to on the tactical front, when Tibia come here, so how we pa enti anano pay ma yemi nkoma kakra na enyama som amye pay me pato jete ni ayas boboko no gomu and Olympiacos na omo so ebo ene ayade asa kwan be se simultaneously ho game ni nyina etoda time ne pe enya fi na obi ba be bawie ana ba be kaso ana we abawie ana ade ne dabi sisi ade no nwotwe ana matches ni nyina etoda Arsenal betena fi o Emirates wo mo ne krabat amante ana this year them after Sporting CP woman any athletic club the Bilbao and the best was Spain wa be kwana na athletic commanded woman the Bordeaux game to game no and so air trend ye be na Borussia Dortmund Signal Iduna Park woman and so ni Inter I Milan game no e ba so FC Copenhagen e kwa control the Camp Nou boys and so ya Barca woman game so be total after Madrid our Talu and ya some control ni Benfica and Elba Club Brugge and so tenefi woman Olympic to Marseille and Elba and Frankfurt woman Tottenham and so game be to trend na Villarreal
wɔn kɔ Leverkusen na wɔn game no so ɛtuma twɛnde ɛwɔ Anfield no mepatɔ Liverpool ɛne Qarabağ na ɛbɔ Galatasaray ɛnso ɛkɔ City na wɔn game no wɔn ne Manchester City saa game no ɛtuma twɛnde AS Monaco wɔn bɛtena fie wɔn ne Juve na ɛbɔ ɛwɔ Napoli Crodium hɔ no ɛnom ɛyɛ SS Napoli wɔn ɛne Chelsea na ɛbɔ ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ Pafos wɔn nso ɛne Slavia Praha wɔn game no ɛtwɛnde Paris Saint-Germain ɛwɔ Paris ɛnya sɛm ketewa wɔn ne Newcastle ɛna ɛbɔ P. Eindhoven ɛne Bayern Munich game no nso ɛtuma twɛnde Union Berlin bɛtena fie Union Zirada wɔn ɛtena fie wɔn ne Atalanta ɛna ɛbɔ ntiwe matches a UEFA Champions League na ɛtɔ twa ɛwɔ tumadeɛ so na ɔpɛ meka kyerɛ kakra ɛde ma na ɛnɛ nsɛm ne tɔɔso yɛ paa PSG wɔn game wɔn bɔ no ɔpaawi no ɛyɛ likely sɛ Brentford de ade draw ɛne yɛadeɛ sɛ wɔn nso bɛtena tie na wahwɛ de bɛ nneɛma nso ɛsi akɔ wɔyɛ player new player Barcelona asa mpatɔ PSG asa no from Barca na no ada Drew Fernandes ɛkɔyɛ ɛyɛ ne training na anɔpɛ yɛde kakra ɛde aba akoda no se yɛn ka ma obi anta sɛ wopɛ biayɛ a ɛhɔ yɛ perfect for ɛyɛ development no ɛyɛ Paris hɔ wɔse wɔn training grounds hɔ no biribia ɛyɛ kamantie Barca akoda na ɔkɔɛ no wɔso yɛ player na pɛ sɛ wo develop a Paris na ɛsɛ ɔkɔ ɛsiane sɛ ɛhɔ yɛ kaba papaapa wɔn nneɛma nyinaa ada yie atɛ sɛ wɔno wɔso ɔpɛ wɔba bɛbɔ ama ɛyɛ PSG bobɔkɔ no nneɛma nso atumi akɔyɛ ɛde ama ɔmo na yɛbisa sɛ ne bɔɔl nankasa sɛ na ɛsi teɛ ana ɔso ne bɔɔl no deɛ ɔyɛ creative player na ɔpɛ dribble so yie paa ana ɔpɛ sɛ ɔputu on show nti ɔyɛ player ɔde bɔɔl no ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde dandan no hɔ na ɔyi nkɛtɛ ɛma dodoɔ no nso ɛde te ɛno ɛyɛ Drew Fernandes mepatɔ ɛno ada ne interview kakra akoda na ɛgranteɛ no wɔde ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadeɛ so ɔse project no ɛwɔ PSG no in fact ɛyɛ kama paa nti woyɛ young guy na Barcelona yɛka sɛ PSG approach na ɔmaka tɔ sɛ ɔmode wo ɛkɔ wɔn project no ma ɛntwetwe ho sɛ ɔkɔ na ɔkɔyɛ adwuma no ɛde ma PSG bɔbɔ kɔna no ɛyɛ Drew Fernandes nkɔma akoda no ɛde ɛba ɛwɔ dwumadeɛ so na anɔpɛ yɛka kyerɛ ɛde ma Tammy Abraham anya ba na ɛyɛ 21 million euros ɛno ɛyɛ sika akoda no ba advance kakra ka ho Aston Villa bɔbɔ kɔ wanya ba atasɛ no ada wasane wɔde pen SCP so ɛnya sign de ama Aston Villa ɛno ɛyɛ reporter Tammy Abraham sisi the back to the Premier League no ɛnneɛma nso ɛkɔyɛ ɛde ama Kratin na ɛno ta meba bɛka tɔ sɛ Brantani tin nso ɛde ɛyɛ Jeremy Jacquet wɔno ɛyɛ player osi akan ɛnoma Stade Rennais meka tɔ sɛ Chelsea ɛde akoda ne ho nkɔmɔ ama mu firi sɛ ne dɛ samadeɛ akoda no bɛbɛ no da mɛkɔte ya yɛsi Liverpool ana ɛyɛ Bayern Munich nyinaa deɛ ɔmo ho atim atase akoda no ɔmpɛ sɛ wɔn sign ɛyɛ Jeremy Jacquet but update time nsa ka yɛ sɛ Bayern for the officially wɔn ne Brantani on torrent ɛni nkɔmɔ wɔn ne Stade Rennais ɛni nkɔmɔ wɔn de wɔn so wɔn tɛtɛ ana wɔn hɛ deɛ ne nkɔmɔdi a ɔne Chelsea ɛdi no ɛbɛsi akɔ na sɛ wɔn de wɔn nkasa pudu ɛsɛ ɛkɔba sɛ ɛsɛ nso deɛ ɛni wɔn bɛdi ne jo ɛkɔba sɛ Chelsea ɛnyɛ wɔn nneɛma yɛ paa deɛ ɛnɛ wɔn Bayern Munich bɔbɔkɔ no wɔn bɛfa wɔn akyɛ sɛ wɔn asɛn Brantani tin ɛde Jeremy Jacquet mpɛmpɛn deɛ wɔn si diet opimekano ne contract ɛsɛnse na ana kyɛ sɛ wɔn ani gu so ɛnɛ wɔn nso ahwɛ so bɛtumi ɛyɛ adwuma no nyinaa kama ɛnso ɛwɔ Bayern akatete ɛne yɛ amde tamensaka ɛwɔ dwumadeɛ so Saudi Pro League yɛsɛ sisi nkurɔfoɔ no dewa wɔmani ɛsan pere no wɔm sɛ ɔmu hia Osman Dembele na sɛ Dembus ate Ballon d'Or wɔmu nya Ballon d'Or winner ɛwɔ Saudi Pro League no ma already Cristiano Ronaldo ɛwɔ dada ana afei Karim Benzema ɛnso hɔ dada nti sɛ wɔmu kɔkɔnya akoda wei ɛma no bɛka ho deɛ no kyɛ sɛ Ballon d'Or legends na na ɔmu pagya ɛnso ade ɛkɔ no ɛnti anɔpɛ reporter mensa ɛka ɛyɛ sɛ yɛsi ade ɔmo sɛ ɔma atɛnse nyina the big one no ɛnso ɛyɛ abantade Eddie Osman Dembele and I reporter fi Saudi Pro League no Eddie Aba ewo dwumade so na no pay make a check akra Edamanam anopa yase dia Aba ese wo quality commanded wo madin komo meeting na toja na meeting na Aba so no opanya ne team ade Matthew Alamani wono ana sporting director Eddie Emma Alati commanded yase one player o hia ne ye pa aye Luan Garaska and yase one ni agents nam asase Eddie komo meeting enya ba so kra e o minute ko dem ho ho ama nkobodie baby a esi kika kono akodan de obenya akwakosia kan edema Atletico Madrid bobo kono adum aye reporter mensaka efi Luan Goranska kate obi bisa sa ne tambe no bako ni ameti esa ebia nkonkoye January ebia de ne sama ana brante no anso ebetimi akwa no aye reporter Luan Goranska efi akodan kate edi eba na Chelsea na di statement bi edi aba bonti in fact no anwumre ana Chelsea release this statement no wo mo se mo amatete se Chelsea supporters ni bi at the hospital our Napoli Claudio ho no no kra na wo mo ka amobi ata se ade se hospital no mo da no plano enya de asabio emu ye din bia eburu supe emom no nkoda na paper de wo supporters no emumu bi so paper ata so mugu so mo he mo de emom wo mo ka Chelsea supporter bia se wo ba Napoli Claudio mo akompoto ho the security personnel ne be ka bia di super pepe enya fi na wo ba ya atman efa ha wo se me de enya ho na mefa wo se na kobasa ba ha dwede ye pa enti anu ye statement ha Chelsea ade emane supporters ni na ena no pay make atre enso ade ama na Chelsea de ne de sabio obi ani ho wu ye na mom ukoti mani ne pawo a reporter mensaka ayese nipa 7 ana o ma hwe o monka na yase na o monso efi aye Romania ana chese eba na ara Romania ho na ya chese wo munya sa kwansia no atese o monso mo ba France nanka etinada game wo aye pawo boboko no wo mini Lyon eba bebo nanka wo ma ba be hesa game ni bi na yeso mo ni tip attack ibi ana chese akwakohia aye kwansia ne kanyanya pa ba na sa kanana nipa 7 wo munyina ahwo mo kwan no aye reporter pawo boboko no ade twitwa e wo dwumade so na no pe no ye ketre ade ma me commanded e ko he Madrid players ha wo mo de kwa ko Benfica me pato tibu koto eno ada wo training kama reporter mensa e kan ese koto be start the Fedi Vavadi bebo wo mebo aye Marco Asensio na wo mo nso aba brante di adi aye okay Raul Asensio no dan pato Raul Asensio na omabodi Heisen wo mebo Avaro Carras na omabo Adagule wo mebo Olen Tramanye na omabo aye Tudbaliam wo mo ebo Franco Mastantuano wo mebo Vinicius Junior na Mbappe enso etime edinanim ho we squad an pay mensa ka se bibia start a anasa ansesa Madrid edo mo start ewo Benfica game ma ena no pay me ketre edema na Tudbaliam report no atase se na okokodi yellow card the run of IS16 game woman so ebebo no fan leg no reporter mensaka say enade sa brante no ebetimi abobe sanse obey suspended and team anu ye diamete ebo Jude Bellingham akatia and now pay me katre edema na Alvaro Abaloa head coach edema Madrid na anopay in central for komisa say ni team na attitude no e pitch no so no wo say enema nyina ekoya na no so since we dwani team no ene aduma one squad na ye for now no we feel say a perfect squad and test wenya player bia yiri yem so person sacrifice adeboa ema team no enso enya win and on the of course obeka say team no in a better shape enum ayade ba ko oho and ye be say isi no with team nankasa uhu ne say Jude Bellingham amafo do na eka no asem no so Jude by 48 hours for to aya na okasa na game ne baso no was on Jude Bellingham kasa and obi say Jude na dey na pemrika who pemrika too much and too bobo na anya boteka kra who tumrika ya do ahome na wasa brante tumrika sa na tesem wono nkasa ne hotete no kra and to akata brante sem aya wenya boteka kra na ekame say otumrika too much and so we came better anya in a bad way oposo kata brante se kwanya energy na wode bo Madrid no aya de better on so no managing se ne be ya obetumi de aboma 90 minutes na nyina awie no was stay between aya the stability at team no enso up ano ya reporter Avero Abaloa edi eba e wodumade so na no pe no make a check akra edi ama wan sisi ahodo so na owie ne bi sanse Adagule amanfo se ono na ekra team ni sisi sanse ono na creative player why the controller why distributor na uhu ni sana and also abrante no ekra incredible qualities ebebo Madrid ye pa ne passes in the final third no o say kama anti why some Madrid use that advantage no na face so mu utilize abrante no the pass season any idea wa koda no betime aboma Madrid enso akwa anim ye ento tie papa no nanum sampa dia na kame ase the controller at the Madrid metro do hono anum aye adagule ane yankoba kakwa so a wade twitwa ewo dwumadie so na Cesc Fabregas sisi no na sama what is a team kase bia per Fabregas a mema no anya wanwa na komo boboko no dwuma wode komo 8 na nya asam kotwa eno ada oti Fiorentina ebo ne ntena me sama Fiorentina etimu ba ko na eno adwuma pa anya ni ko pass ball pa nkoda no enya asam kotwa na ade ba ko ama obi ahu se Cesc Fabregas team no ana tese wono ne fingerprint na wetim ne so ya se komo boboko na nya team bia wono ankasa ne style of play and one pair of players SUT and a style of play and our players no so elbow at the man tunya coach what sampa one kasa and I head the team sampa team na near man ekoye and the next coach will be a head name na ono so rise about the hierarchy at so be a the Antonio Conte will be a the Pep Guardiola will be a answer the hands flick man to do to and no one so paying and na ono so drone man no I Cesc Fabregas and Komaka Kransa if in a kati adi aba na lem roshino and so kasa adi afa kopama hom na amanfo no kasa so we yes Manchester for no and setire say yes Chelsea team na is stable and to person we kwan kro bia so a we mo destabilize Chelsea team no and Manchester for ya na ko hensen for hensen trophy and kopama na ni nye kopama so Chelsea kopama kro ko Manchester United nanka sabio se player bi pa team papa kwa na Manchester United ready yagopo asem krene na lemros no say sansam na amanfo kekanum no krobia nim rumors de ho na rumor bi ho na say anka ben no krakra kakra anka ha dwene we dey chance far from the truth and what sansam na obia ensidu hu anya no wazin profo bi ana abo musem no mkaka sansam no kopama wani abante na di nkomo kopama enchance na ni nyeda wo se kopama ni te ana waso wakam obi atase untouchable sa word no kopama ka hu bi ente bia wo ye wadwen se ana mo pasa mo ka bibia ma tesa ase akudani de eja Chelsea team no kwadi a on there was said that was sad and sad amo ye na ebetimi aba musa anom aye lem rush no koba kakra so a wadi atuta na owie ana ye bisan se ye play eno a mebeka no asem Romeo Lavia imprahine wo pepra papa na oni wesi for na de o man Chelsea no anya asem keto no so akudani de nyame anim woni mbo ne bopa wo ba ye so wo akudani trade na wo ye na wo sa akudani ni mbo pa na atwaje Chelsea bobo concern abibi o man se Romeo Lavia aye 100% fit sa akudani ya fita ebebo Chelsea ye pa na so otimi ya fita ye can world class midfielders ha want be ambo enya banta de Rudy Romeo Lavia enfrimu da beta ase pra any fitness ha akudani nya na amaniama ensada enkoendo husa enema nyina kokoyi a mubehu akudani ye pa wo wi ebebepe na Moses Casado say wo kam obi atase emfifi wona obo no one player say oni ne bo o man hu to ni ye eye Romeo Lavia because akoda no eni mbo ne bo sabe adwene ye adwuma woni baby aso kom woni baby aso possible enso ade fanti winya sasa player na oni bo midfielder e ma bo ne kama de here esa brante be fully air fit anu ye dia Chelsea obu coach any players no can dia for Romeo Lavia when na no pay no make it today kakra and so the ama wodumade so $1,000 as your player at the Inter na akodani player mobeka ya meba beka tell say okoye surgery ne surgery no okoye no ewo UK akodana pa ya say enter now start full training with the squad na Iris on the 15th of February so onya game ebo say when timamo on the 15th of February ebia 22nd adesa akodano enso no ebetimi anya game aboni nyina eguso atese abeba so awie atazo mu fi so de tenie akora sisi ade ne manyina ye kama entifi boy busumi ko na awie yese kiba ese odo so enya kembo na tese ne ma ye kama enso edema na ye reporter meti efi akoda na katia ena no pe no make a check akra enso adi ama na kitchen chivo wonum head coach edema Interbobo kono na opeyina kasa was against Borussia Dortmund na signal iduna park ye baby a okwa ena dina ho no enye hize wasi adia ba ko bebo ama aniema koye adi ama Borussia Dortmund aye stadium ho essence fans no de wo musi hitama de wo musi gina team net no awasu de pa enti anu po ama individual players no ahoade ne ba ye pa wasi openya ne de Kokovac head coach Edema Borussia Dortmund when him call for so head the team on quality a crop in on a clear identity as a players in Enya Abuamo playing star now a dominant star and a creative no as a transition and now some control movement in the upfront today very good in team we a team now Mokoba I saw this on near him was a problem or there but almost not as a problem and then Borussia Dortmund and so on we went to me out utilize it now Abu team and it didn't at Napoli and the reporter Eba I would to media so Jean Besak a player in fact or a defender at my Inter Corner you be saying the contract assassin Sana and community kono so command there wo media kwa anim ye pa anya wanwa ana fe so and said anya ne wanwa say ni team no ana say ni agency no and ni Inter for edin komo on the concentration ya say we be sia kan na abo Inter na day in the out no wonya akwanya esia kan wa abo ma Inter bobo kono e dey man so timi akoye dey amom anum ayen kobaka kwa so Jan Bisak e dey ba e wo dwumade so na Vincent Company aye head coach at ma Bayern na opeyin so kasa ye bisa say Edwin Hofen dey say kwaba problem bi edem say aja o table no kra ene ma nyina ekoye edemabom na we dey say top 8 no mawura ma na sa and the game we dey say full and also and now dey so mbehu aboa ya afobia e ho na o see ni team na strong side ana o dey kokobo against Edwin and Hofen was on him quality a crown for no and to no anya fina obefa say bio player bia sa na o dey na boss team no wo he the full squad na o dey kokobo PSV and Hofen no a reporter Vision Company at the Eba Awodumadi so na me pato adasa Galatasaray womo any Man City ana Eba na anom ana Loy Sani akasa Loy Sani su yanka amobianta say Manchester City game na womo ne omo kwakobo na anya bete na team e wo so sa no womo di kan ni bia bo womo ni Liverpool abo womo ni Atletico Madrid abo ento omo nim kwan on be fa so on be bo sa game no ana omo nim kwan on be fa so computer enye say bia wo say a big name ento magugo mo sam say dabi won be ma aye round for aye your win enti ade say ne wo ma ba no mo ba be adwuma ni ye pa enso e wo itiat eno ye nkoba kakra so abrante no ade tu dwa na wo say Pegbodola yanka mo bia ntia say e ba ne aye the architect of football the modern football won't be ambo enyi Pegbodola enfrimom Pegbodola ana test worry program aye football aye the brains no ama esi adodo na esuasua wo so no say the football career baby who say wadu ni peak aye time on Pegbodola esia esanse Pegbodola atre ama wo sampa the demands of football no so no so etenji no and this and football mentality exercise Pegbodola na exercise ono Loy Sane ama what football say pa and the sat coach no ni kwakosi a enya better kra anom enkoba kakwa so Loy Sane adi eba awodumade so mamenko Ancelotti wono na oye head coach Adama Liverpool na Ancelotti na ye bisanse league mobadia na ajatire ho hita ana so nyame anim ni beye 30 years ago ana Liverpool sa record no say continuous a year wamaji league na the another year no wamasanti ede so na so twice per ana wamaye in fact intensi na okamo bi ata say sadia no anka onyaya anka beye sabiem better enye better emfa manasa league no we metimi enso aye ne sa better muguso a wamokika ekwanim better one day obi be bisa say na de anka na ema Liverpool edi Premier League na this is na different also ade a obeka ebia be ya fani we obi asum kwabna was Premier League na last season omoji no it was a certain PSG omoni omo boy enti no mutimi ade because we ni PSG boy hu timi ye to club bia that timi hu ni ye wutimi say PSG not as the ya can say team na hu ade a as wutimi nya ansa na watimi the league no enu bi na eya wutimi enya enti last season team ba ko timi boy ama oji Premier League ni this season na so no ene wumpe ono na dream there we feel say PSG bobo kono anso akambe anu ya report am pato opey no adi eba awodumade sanada me ba be kato say Jacob aya Nestrop wonu ya coach wo ko aya enter for da mo he some person mo di aduma na edema no FC Copenhagen head coach no na one ba safo na eba be sia kwabna Opena kasa na ose yanka emobia ntiaso say there's always a possibilities say ubetimi atitim ya he no ebiti say baso na obese no ate no it depend on performances I be putting up and to account obi ataya say Barca game no very difficult na onimkwan or body tia difficult opponent ebiti say when Bayern abo was Bayern bobo kwenti say baso na pepe attack ana Barca for ye and we be na Bayern for ye and this one Bayern for boy the same thing and no the ball etia Barcelona bobo no was yanka eba Barcelona for antia say ball no ball kwabna was very organized team no the ba so me very organized and afa short distance and so me the Barcelona players kwabna taza Barca for the ball na nyami ni obu ma Barca for inchi kra na asem Barcelona and so etimi anya ball adanda omo ho and e be sense and e defensive game no ball no so dabi o ma me defend na mom we bo game na do baby na say so defend ya oba kire Barca for say defense ni ebi e ho num ye pa ano ye de open ade twitwa e wo dwumade so na no pa ye de eba wo so obo for defense na anya ya o de ba ko be kan na ye num and ye fight defense no de gina chi o pompe na ne man so atima koye and ye be say Lami Yama ho na what for strategy out the ball Lami Yama na no so akoda mu de ne hwa ye dem do say your plan or what de better sa akoda we quote is bebre atrai so metimi akana no atum e park no so untimi da ebe omo de o ma hehe wo mu program omo de ba de say ba ne ya brand the film and so be it and no en kobaka kwan so panya de den and so Eddie Jacob and Nestrop Eddie Eba e woduma de so na no pen no ye kete dem Barca reporter men say ka say baby answer sir wo mu Ebo Juan Garcia wo mu bo Conde wo mu bo Pau Kubase wo mu bo Gerard Martin wo mu bo Ayabade no mu bo Eric Garcia Dani Olmo Fermin Lopez Lamine Yamal wo mu bo Robert Lewandowski na fe wo mu bo Rafinha when players on best start e dey ma Barcelona bobo kono Dani Olmo si yanka mo bi anta say number 10 no na ne boy ne de pa wo se number 10 ne de ono akasa ditum so onim ni boy pa enti se Barca bo game na ye de ni gya number 10 dia obi antum na aduma no ane atum de obeye ni nyina simple emom anu ncha se bi omo man position bi e close to number 10 a wantumi amo esan so opeso obo ma Barca team no e de ma nyina aye kama e de mo ma no ye reporter men seka e woduma de Antonio Conte ahead of Chelsea ye bisan so players na bi e paper anu so play de a play mo kan wasem plan enta tena players na e bi abekoso paper enti ono de in Chelsea so ye coach say we dream beyond that na we your mind settle says player pro so when the Admiral club and you do the kwakwesi Chelsea bobo kono and also when Chelsea ye pa when him kwaya Chelsea faso dwene when him kwaya Chelsea paso wotwene and when him kwaya Chelsea paso faso ye enti esa say Chelsea no aba hoda enti wakam obi ata Chelsea dia when him mu ye pa was in team na akwadi FIFA club world cup no mu hasam na ye kan na and yes ya no so oh say obi de minimum dada enti pato Antonio Conte say when him dia was so on Chelsea bobo kono and so eba besiam and ye be say Liam Rosino say dia chama e kan ni no so Conte dia say bi o Conte kasa and kan nya sama kan say yanka bi esan say ne football me hwe ne football eba no ball na woni ni boy pa ball na Antonio Conte boy no and no we trust that transition no e dia ba ko tinti mo he aduma o ye aduma wo so ni pa nti woni Antonio Conte eba besia woni coach woni aduma ni ye ana ba besia coach was any team ni ye ana eba besia nti so prepare na woni ba besia ni ye pa nti wo so waka amobi ateze Napoli team no very strong and first team no woman nyina edida ye atese unfortunate niama ekoso recently adman Napoli say womo ensada anwene matches na center beta enu ncheze team no ayemre but was say niama ye atese woni team no enso eba besia anu lem Rosino nkoma kakra wadi eba odumade so anu ebisa say oni Aaron Asmeno asia na anu so akoda de in fact ebia etire na oni akoda no ebeka say like say akoda no beba tenam ana say ebia Friday na akoda no so ebeba belande ewo ekoba na oni akoda na siam edi nkoma no ayelem Rosino nkoma kakra wadi eba ewo dwumade so na pato meeting Matthew Alamani enso ene Diego Pablo Simeone no kwabra reporter men seka say wom so mbe hia players na by 30 minutes meeting ana yase wadi ono so have ya kwanya mbefa so mbe players ato eno reporter men seka ewo dwumade so na Nico Williams so akoda no yɛse pra na o pra no ɛyɛ saa probagya na kwabena enkoda na omunya endu 20 years 18 16 for no a omubobo matches dodo no yɛse saa yade no enkoda ne tanya lami nyama enya ne de no bi na eti kopama Pablo Gavi mu nyina enu bi na eti chomo reporter mensa ka yɛse Nico Williams de enyanko yo oguso atese ɛha ne ye pa atese threaten the wake up krako ɛne reporter mensa kam ɛwɔ dwumadie so Hans Flick akasa Hans Flick said the format ayɛ de bo UEFA Champions League ne nani dwu ye pa na ɔse Barca da ye said the run of the top A8 no Barcelona be fa so ewramunti no against FC Copenhagen there ade say inkuta dene obu kuramu den so mutimi wini sa game no Cameroon na etimi boa Barcelona na first the first 8 no we mu ba Manchester niema kama edima Barcelona bobo ko no ane ya reporter mensa eka ewo dwumadie so na no pe no make tire ade amba wanchicha hodo so na mede Lamine Yamal na ewie sa enada ya sa akoda bi panke Lamine Yamal na ode excuse no so wone Paul Kubase mo ne Lopez mo ne Garcia nkoda no ana teze kwa bro mu jeja o mu hu ya ne se akwa we ye footballers ne pa akwa ba ba fa fifia jade atovom ana Lamine Yamal tamama so kate wa de ne frato bra beje akwa na yi pen esan autograph edi Lamine Yamal we ndi no say akwa yi na boko de afi ono ankasa de akwa na ye na fe esan ne sere ana ono ankasa so oti de me de oni players ni nyina anti eno ada Lamine Yamal dia esiene na no pay make tire enso dia ma yase Morocco for no Spain for say weka fan na de sisi de Morocco for no mayo mafrim esan say kwa mo fa so hostu afcon fan na o mo peso anka mo ye host en win no kwa mo se sa de na no musa nkrofo mo go o mo se fata say yebo World Cup air final afcon poni ene na tese World Cup de kwa na referee no wa hwe me say ayi ahoma ba ko be so de to ne ekromu wo mo anim ho no mo twetwe ne to saa baby aboard be fana tese ono so handle e dia faunti reporter men say ka say 2030 World Cup na Spain ene Morocco ka bom enso hosi no ade no de yase final no yebenya bono e was Spain nti ene enkoba kakwa to twa e wo dwumadie so mejina we su na enkrofo amanso sebeni nyina yatimi di esiha na afi na wodu afidi ndi ato aisha your number one account radio station asatemenya ati edi atumine kwabna bibie ni wode a ene mede esiha nim sei
also the games in the doors
papa
to be perceive we sit time crash and be able to discuss but the only say on some day
yeah
and fitness work near this is so both Insha and a Lab FM Insha and a Lab FM fitness work on me pam chow nyame adoma memen day di animu ya 31st and Jumedino ebasunti ya twa bia so the medical kano ye nje kapre so audio osori anopa na no na odo ani atre Kumasi City Mall anopa 6 am sharp dia de Jumedie no dia hihye so betutu mika kakra ne ade ye aerobics na ansana ye de eni so achrem afa the major streets and the principal streets of Kumasi so na yiwi asa ko wie Jumedie no awo de Kumasi City Mall tim samo nyanya do memen de na Jumedie no eba so etu ensa de fo bia mu ye ku am betimi aba kefirfo mo ya sorry in fact hospital na bi kra mo bobo no mo pesa mo ba mu nyina no akonya ne da ho ye tu ensa de fo bia individuals ankankre mu nyina no ye tu ensa de from samumra na mo meka aye Jumedie no ho ema Jumedie no enye kama pa me se aye anopa 6 am na ehye Jumedie na se adi afri de Kumasi City Mall but on se we ase ade ya pan se why your budget awie na bibia ba bebum ha dwen papa ebia for example manti oye ne zo be 1600 na mo kona na say me dan time so but me here no me ya me budget man consider no nti I want to say extra cash bia ba be hyebu ho a ese me nya na me de cost sa niema no e basa ha dwen pa na amaniema so retimi ibibia ho anything na no pay make come for the extra cash are formed a capital I'm gonna de aba a edwaso anei also to me as such a baby to boy ye pa now also could jim na could do sabia almost wait you are sorted out inti send yes yeno what their phone is a na ebo a star 170 hash me patron select a 5 we are select 5 sorry select 3 boom and how they start TV so they are confused for phone is a na a dale star 170 hash me patron options na bano select 5 after the next option select 3 now for the next option no select a 5 beam never activate a extra cash no and one so ha sikana open kunkron na abeda mumu no so na so nso atime yi e dia sort problem bia onso face bi kra na school fees obetime yi so na onso atime dia kwakutua ama bibia nso no aye kama e dia ma na obo besia no ase ne sitie from dana obo besia na ade achi abetime atua the following day obetime atua and now say ebia 30 days time obetua na interest in say ne si adwuma yema say bia wo gene ne ade achi na wutua interest na ekete wose nem ade achi ade ase ni na no na enkakran so no enso eba beka ogina wutua ne ntam so a na wakonya de ma osika ne no so kosoro ha enti extra cash in pato download bi sene bia eno so betua sort out e wo niam bi enso nyame yadoma World Cup 2026 ne ba so ewo US Canada and in Mexico na minimsa Ghana fo bi say yes World Cup die ne kone de panya no kre very very simple odi abayan so di obeko Abyss Gold Air Group amena de Ghanaians in fact Ghana for every Ghana ha na yedema akọ World Cup na asema akọ bi very very simple de come ho okwa de hian so kuta passport de aken na jama ha odi jama Abyss Gold Air Group ye baby bia from Ghana ha flight abafo okodu US ticket bibia yeni ani baby bia dia ma hotel obeda in fact internal rounds abeni na say flight bus train bibia no yeni be sanhye ni na enso edi ambaw enitime sew World Cup no tienie on se dru say ana ya no mpeso mo de gigi amanfo sikadi edu ha yes one travel and tour also the Ghana for US amama ko hwe World Cup mesrew san kofo mu hwe mu ye anya so madu sika no adiagu the only official travel agency obetu do akọ US 2026 ibi no Abyss Gold Group omo and American from Diamond yawo enka sakomo no estate junction hona no edna yawo pacho odi efre line is CA from us Richard say memfamo na mpese me kohwe World Cup ni bi awo US Canada and in Mexico me pacho number ni 0537 804885 me sense to be 0537 804885 ofra na onomo so no etimi edi enkomo Alisa Deco de makacho so person washroom ho titu pa WC no unya de fe na kono ne bon dafom na esi ho a obi awura ho na ni age ho a me pacho Alisa Deco de no and I come for them and I be do no plumbers if you're for in fact omo ko handan nipa dodo omo mu betu akoton nyina hono mo every time you be do na nipa bebre eguo enye bibia ntia omo niam ne papa na ebo no enso eda fom na anim sa WC no oto efim yenu miensa de kwa ne esa tebo no so esa de man ye chiwade e ka ho enya no kwa eba no PPR pipes afa fittings na union a ni nyina no Alisa Deco and I make come for Edi amayo kumase adum abinchi ona odi o se ope star oya opposite ona no oda sabiti aka Alisa Deco me bacho friend awo 0558 063 836 na munomo eni enkomo Franco Trading Enterprise okoto phone na edi afio se Samsung Nokia iPhones ya bebe ope original one pa me pacho Franco Trading Enterprise and I make come from Ediamanya no kwa me pacho ban home appliances and also ye to so pe air condition papa no okwa so mo me Franco air condition na me Franco bo me dem so ho ana bedroom ba bia office ye be ma de kama na so de akwakobo kama about the smart TVs and so no you will be our inch be up piano a be her blender generator and a washing machines me patch CCTV cameras in a coffee bebre at the by Bruno and so at the form me patch Kumasi do there your branches in bebre first one a jabba jury side ho you close to them okwa when sabeti akom our doom sounds adjacent old Malcolm also your ho me patcho Kofo clinic opposite also your ho and the new KJT also a Franco Trading Enterprise ye be a branch no ebi abo ho aya na wa friend our 0245 3169 now bet me download the app and so na baby I will be an ya do niama and so at me at the abro our baby I will be a cancelled misha me patcho honam ya a atrotic painer a cancelled misha na make for at the amount and anope one kasa wutie me honam na ya o ma me bia na papa bia me patcho me ma number bi ana baby a wo kwa obenya do we bi ato na cancelled misha na me patcho nye edro na onu ma na asoso ya de no so bia ebi wa be 1 month bi 2 months na ya de no assign a return no me patcho we de ntisa etu ase kudoku and so at the amount cancelled misha me patcho kotobi na embo ye pa se say oba aye Kumasi a atonso market ho ebi ewo ho na takwa nso no ene ne potom nyina no okwa cancelled misha ebi ewo ho me patcho no ane so obefra number 0244 871 862 place you order na yemfa there and so amount tap send app send sika very simple and convenient na etem for the attend say obusa broche ni bia sa de ntiro usu tap sender also we charge we send zenka abusa gra isanse ho de we de send sika ekire di enye ba bia ba na afei ekire nsam ni bebre oba hekra na sika no kra ankwa nkoduru enti tap send ba bia obia no South African country be US, Canada, UK for Portugal, Germany. In fact, country be will be bogus no good morning. Obia download the tap send app on our phone so na e fa send usika me pacho promo code no aya bo nhire from fashion send bia obenya chede at the free tap send anopedia num rush energy drink ewia num rush energy drink adentia isan say eno na onoma first of all ebema wa active dia tosum yenu ebesa energize o ama ho atimi ayeden on say na so ye adwuma kakra bi no abro system no abre so nti ebasa unya rush energy drink na eno so atimi akushi niema na ama ho ayeden abra obeye adwuma so no ontewe nti rush na me kamfo dia ma o koto no obi ka to so mini rush no ne mumwo ba ku bi hono so e kama pa ka chense da bi Rashina and Ope Union Practical Institute kusia computer abo computer de anwa ane Union ho ane sia computer unim computer no hwe ana unim kakra mu nyina mu betimi aba no ma ba besua aye computer ho de ewo aye Union Practical Institute na atefo de ten say Union to hono oba your lecture so oma bere pa we no ye hono nye wo schools ni bi abakono students bibiri one lecture pe obeka sasa no abre kra so ye hodi oba utumi se lectures no omodos students no bibe ba ku mienu miensen nan bi obia oba ko no okire no entu ba wie no course akwa bia akoye data analytics software engineering computer hardware and mobile phone technician Sansana design technology with drone piloting so and a drone semi obetu akusua ni na ho artificial intelligence obewie no be utumi so sua computer pa etiko na also a register ho na sua aye computer school nso obrane se de tie bia open weekends abetumi akọ enwumre open regular and also weekends ani nyina no ekwanya no eda ho eno ane se obefren awo 0555 383848 yewo Kumasi sesan so bus stop wa na wasi no friend number no de twatwo aye Alaska Star Enterprise me pacho kwa Alaska ho na yemo ma wusese udem ana office ho so very very important first impression di hia hanti enipa bia so bi ba won chen na baby a wotin enkoyi a aya na nipa no sometimes e bia owo akira the kind of respect or the man no as we be hunu na as a shorty because abrantie pa kama awo abonto address ya fedie yeba wo dem a ho basa me patcho Alaska Star Enterprise na ayo solution no ko ho kwaju niam nyina fi ho aba na marble sheet aba na blanket na na material curtain aroma diffuser aba ma dem ayehwam obi ewre ho na niage decorative watches and flowers plastic wardrobes nom and center max. In fact bibia this is a demo office near there Alaska Star Enterprise and American for ediama beto niam ni bi na unu ho da ho so odi sika kitu bi e show botuma wo kofie no na niam no aye bibire sanse niam no efo pa ye ton bi ediama wo yenso ye kumase ye wadum boss from hona no odi o se omonchew Mrs. Anoche Plaza Fair Floor han ye wo enkranfo be kotudu opposite MTTD aye office no me pacho aye na wo fen awo 0256330075 ano pay omani afufo bi kan wa repem ye be kan mo so hwasem ade achemo na aso yasena ye de the midweek edition of Nhyira Digital Password Jumadi no ade emamo Fifi Manfred Kofi, good morning. What to say? What's what you know?
It should be on by now.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah. And the delay kakra.
Who says me bana o ye LPMs? I'm person me so.
To distract me. Okay.
Yeah, if I'm breathing and everything. No, you're bana. So shed me come.
Unzo de na fe African way.
One out of it.
Bajai, we ya yo.
Deep black one.
They na the deep black.
Deep black was although the shop for the barbershop was trying to perfume me. Who promotes a craving?
Bajai, we a strong man.
A strong man.
Strong man. I'm told.
Oh
well, bah.
Oh, okay.
That man,
okay.
Top notch.
Okay. I've not bought from him before.
And you try. And do business with him.
Okay.
You love it.
I've not. Now, me to say we tap send a ad.
Sure.
Omuni version or you send be free alcohol.
I still now when you sorted.
And no, I sorted, but because I'm not Nancy a
tap
send
to the sense as you cook campus now.
Give you a tap send will be a problem.
Yeah. I'm some years, I'm mini boss in the casa. Now, we hear kind of I say, yes, you are one. You are sending movie. Ghana for Mojido. Ghana for the summer brochure from me, the moon from you. Come here. And then the final day of the champions. Of course. The last round of games, you know.
Yeah. Now, when you say, and I'm sorry, and I'm saying no. Matches into traffic lights.
Okay.
In the traffic light, you're red, you're yellow, and you're green. They are different red, go green. So obviously, match and I say matches are made the red, no. A match and I say okay, you should be very careful. Say no, I say me ma code to be me per se TFOD. Nearly prepare for the match and no moody. So the preparation for the money is there today for any game. But there are certain matches that are games, so you're very, very careful with them. And that match, Arsenal versus Kiryat Almaty game. Arsenal, you're top of the Champions League. Or you're Shenu, the BCBR, or top 8. He has nothing to lose. And it is also same for Kiryat Almaty. Almaty so F-room. Into another show, anything. Although Arsenal playing at home, you need to be very careful with that game. Then there are 2 games that are in the yellow area. And no, you should be careful with them. You believe come on. But first off, let's start with the games that I consider green. And now person waiting at to watch Yashima, you can comfortably put your money on. Which we started late last year. All of a sudden, Yeba be removed in the knockout phases of the Champions League, and the ultimate one is going to be in Budapest. Since here, I'm say teams are qualified to the knockout stages now. Omni, we're in your top 8, knockout. Arsenal, Bayern, Madrid, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle, Chelsea, Barcelona, Sporting CP, Manchester City, Atletico de Madrid, Atalanta, Inter Milan, and Juve. These teams have qualified. Whatever happens, they will play in the knockout stage of the Champions League. However, there are 9 more places to go. In some 9 more places now, the rest of the team buried only 3 teams per NIA out. The teams that are out, Villarreal. Then there is Kiryat Almaty. Then there's one more team, only Pafos Nebo. 3 teams are out. It's 3 teams apart from everybody can qualify. And make a qualifier. I mean, whether in the top 8, top 16, top 24, somebody can qualify in that area. We'll go into it. Which we will go first in Paris. And Luis Enrique as holders of the Champions League this season. Which on the last game no Kokobo away at Sporting, it has blown them wide open. And it has given opportunity to club it say Chelsea in Barcelona to feel like we can get into the top 8. But also for Paris Saint-Germain, their hope is in their own hands. However, team in a possible hope of getting the top 8, is hugely a big club that can upset them. Which some clubs will on top 8. Yes, there is a rhetoric of possibly avoiding an extra set of game, but we Newcastle United, they just probably want to qualify. The clubs with the pedigree, Barcelona, Madrid, Bayern, these clubs, Paris Saint-Germain also as holders, definitely would want to win and be in the top 8. Unlike the Newcastle side. Which, and then the current 2 teams are top 8, so it tells you how difficult of a game it's going to be. The Enrique trophy for the very first time for them last season. Then it's a big opportunity for them to go against each other. And now, Anthony Gordon and Coco Tinemuma Newcastle for also Premier League anti-football. So, Bobo and paper free flowing. At the Premier League, you don't do that day. They will stop you from playing your game. So they know how to stop Paris Saint-Germain from playing their free flowing bits. But this time it's going to be at the Parc des Princes, which per the possible lineup all through all the papers of France, we're expecting Lucas Chevalier to be imposed, Elia Zabani, Marquinhos, William Pacho, and a bunch of friends Nuno Mendes, Warren Zaire Emery, Vitinha, and a bunch of friends Mayulu make the midfield 3, Desiree Doué, Dembele, and a bunch of friends Vicha Kvaratskhelia. Whilst on the side of the Newcastle team, Trippier, Thiaw, Botman, and Lewis Hall. Then of course you have Tonali, Willock, and a bunch of friends Lewis Miley. Then Barnes, Wissa, and a bunch of friends Anthony Gordon, which is a game that goes to come. And your crew for 1.5, you get it. Okay. If you push me to the wall to tell you who win, Paris Saint-Germain will win this game at home. Okay? I think the easiest of the teams now, almost per top 8 in them. They are the match. Esanke is straightforward. The Barca match. Because for us now, they buying them. They are already in there. Whatever happens, they'll be there. Then look at the teams that are there. Madrid is going away to go and play against Benfica away from home. It's quite tricky. You look at Paris Saint-Germain match on mobile. You look at Man City versus Galatasaray. You look at Chelsea going away to Napoli. Then you compare that to Barcelona staying at home to play against Copenhagen. Yes, Copenhagen is a tough side, but you expect Barcelona to do the job of it. I don't see how Barca should not get this job done. In as much as there is an absence of Frankie de Jong and your bench friend Pedri Gonzalez, Barca have enough firepower. Rich, in the middle of the pack, there can be the reintroduction of Eric Garcia Ojo. Then you put Gerard Martin back at centre back to go and be the left-sided centre back. Then, of course, we need that Bernal and Casado add to the pack. Then Barca gets back into the shape that they know, especially in the last few games. And which Hansi de Taflek was solid home record, or both in the Champions League. You see, one thing I want to show you here, you take away from this Barcelona team is that since we call back to the Spotify Camp Nou, the home games, almost yes. The best it has also be go most likely.
Which I don't know.
Yes, go. I say in a long term, but you see how the person qualify. It's so at least 3 goal margin. Me was confident that Copenhagen being a goal back could be, but Barca can do it 3-1 at the very least, and they don't qualify. I think that Barca will go through solid team, very very compact. share the possible lineup now, like I was saying, Eric Garcia Casado in the middle of the pack, Balde, Gerardo Martin, Kubasi Yeni Kunde. Then Abente Feno Rooney Baji most likely plays against his former side. Then Abente Feno, Femi Lopez, Hafinha, and Robert Lewandowski. I mean, I disagree slightly with the starting lineup because I think Abente Feno Lamine Yamal most likely starts in this game in Now, only say Copenhagen for this season, Oma Spain and Koshe Bilario. But we are the Champions League next year. So I expect that Barca gets the results against them. Which in Germany fell in love with Aaron and Silmino. And now there was a video I saw. Say, boy, they notice kids a Chelsea for a friend back. Now, a band here friend Aaron and Silmino Nanka say soon, and most of the Dortmund boys were crying. Today they are not going to be without the Argentine young man because Chelsea for a friend back. But however we feel, which almost against Internazionale Milan. Now it's a game that Niko Kovac said they already have a place in the knockout phase of the Champions League, but they need to solidify it. And so almost solidify on the ground to be able to do that. Christian Kivu Elusu to Arsenal. He's going away to Germany. It's a good, I think, at over 1.5 Everton. Manchester City 8 against Galatasaray. What happened to Manchester City? Bodo, no. They don't want that to happen to them again. And I'm over against the Galatasaray side that if they get a draw, they will be in the top 16. Or maybe qualify from the playoffs. Which I will feel at the Etihad. I think Manchester City win this one and they do it over 1.5. I think it's a very, very gamer Manchester City for only beating Yasha because Erling Haaland will be back in the starting lineup for Foden, Bernardo Silva, Ryan Cherki, Jeremy Doku, Tijani Reinders, Aki, Abdulkader Kosinov. Most likely, I think Magay cannot. Nuno Mensch, Eda Brentford, and Nico O'Reilly. I'm very confident that Manchester City win this one. In terms of pedigree, Madrid and Benfica match no sustain Napoli and Chelsea. But baby, Madrid is done. Omunya draw come okay. And Benfica in the Champions League, almost everybody beats them. Home matches can create really 1 or 2. And they don't score as much. So I'm confident that Real Madrid match and under 3.5 is expected to happen or Madrid straight win. But this is the game. And I'll tell you why. First off, Napoli for no players they don't make. But at home this season, they've not lost. And Antonio Conte is playing against an old foe. According to
the former team.
Yes, Onyeska and Konkoto Caicedo money at the end. But he wants to be able to compete with them. Maybe a Napoli dano. Even a draw gives them a chance. But a Chelsea Nyanya draw, their chance of qualifying to the top 8 in air ding.
So a must win.
It means that it is a must win. Celiano Rossonero show per top 8 automatic qualification, and the very first time at Chelsea ever back into the Champions League after 21, no, it is big boys level. Then you have to beat Team Efren and Napoli away from home. And Celiano Rossonero also beating Yashe. He has debunked rumors of Cole Palmer. In fact, or say a nonsense, and he doesn't know where it's coming from. And today, this is what has to happen. Napoli will qualify for the Champions League playoff if they beat Chelsea at least one of Galatasaray, Karabakh, Marseille, Bayer Leverkusen, Monaco, PSG, Athletic Club Bilbao, Olympiacos does not win. If they draw and Bayer Leverkusen lose by 2 goals, that is not possible. If they draw and one of Monaco, PSG, Olympiacos, Athletic Club Bilbao lose their match, this is the way. The Napoli, they get a draw, they have a chance, but are dependent on other performances. But Chelsea has to go away to go and win. Okay, I said last time, Enzo Maresca go away to Italy in 29. The last game also against Karabakh, away in Azerbaijan, Kobo draw 1-1. I think as our games no really, we would have been talking about a different story here.
Sure.
But it makes this tie difficult. The good thing is that Chelsea have majority of the players back. Wesley Fofana gets back into centre back with Abrante friend Trevor Chalobah, Kukurea Rhys James at full back. They are a co-EA match Chelsea against Crystal Palace, which is Andre Santos as a half 4, half 5, back 5, no? Will happen again with Moise Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer is back into the team. I don't suspect Sobe starting because Estevao Willian has been good against Crystal Palace, and I think he starts. Pedro Neto on the wing, and Abrante friend Liam Delap leads the line. And Chelsea for will go and meet familiar faces. Right? Omunim Rasmus Hojlund from Premier League, Omunim Scott McTominay from Premier League, And these are 2 very important players for Antonio Conte. I think that Conte will stay in the game as long as possible. Because Omunim are drawer. Depending on what is happening elsewhere, they may get a chance through. Until he won't want to throw all of that away. Una open win. El match mu. Ti brabe chase. You chase na bukem na me shower. Then the job becomes difficult for you. It becomes a much more trickier game for Abanti friend Liam Mosina. But I think that at least over 1.5 do Kofi Kesi Mesewunya. I expect Liam Mosina say at least on lose match way. But do Kofi Kesi and over 1.5 media you can put your money on because goals will come.
But Kofi, a must win feasible for Chelsea?
Oh yes. I think it's very feasible for Chelsea.
How could you no Champions League winning ball?
But it's a rich how could you baby
coupled with injuries, you know.
Yeah.
And my Chelsea mu gina ye.
You see,
but baby I'm no yan adwen e. Say oh no onya draw pe.
Yeah.
Enti osan Italian team no be set back kaka. And shook the pressure.
Yeah, about how we approach match now.
Enti there one boba could be to counter bi na bia. Onya ball no the tornado. Game na dey.
You are in trouble.
You are so chasing game no.
You are in trouble.
When bia so onya win.
I think it's also Enra. We sang the praises of Liam Mosina of the first five games Mabono. Ochina be a different test. I think it's Ochina and then will tell us how Liam Mosina approaches tricky games. Game no Oko house be brave show. One quad because Wabo low blocks was Wabo big boys intensity was show. But how do you play in a Champions League game like this? You need to be tactful. When you're tactful, like you lose the game and then you give yourself extra games to qualify for knockout phase or the Champions League. That is the thing. We'll see how tonight will bring our Sam match in him. Madrid they call away to Benfica. You see Mourinho the same fact.
Mourinho there. On the Benfica. No Mourinho coaches no go to the VA.
But league in your show. But Champions League never. League any Grand Braga money one Victoria Gambia.
No match.
One you show when but 2-0. You check you so fast for 3-1 2-1. You say. Oh yeah, Juma Portugal now. On big boys tomorrow. What are Juma na do?
Almost bonus
Reach Madrid the year almost 15 points. So even just the draw puts Madrid in pole position to qualify for the Champions League knockout phases in the top 8. I think so you're very careful. Madrid double chance. You see, don't be overwhelmed by last week goals at Madrid sharing command Madrid over 2.5 over 3.5. Be careful. Every game there Benfica will be in the Champions League under 2.5 game. And we know Jose Mourinho. So be careful. Either an over 1.5 and Madrid win and over 1.5 Madrid double chance they are fine. But don't go and put your money too much on goals. And now Jose Mourinho so no power very below asem. Although no pay Alonso asem no. Osanso power below asem. We nine boys. It will be a robust supporting no I Madrid Jumano in that regard. Quickly I'm expecting say Madrid will be able to do the job. This is the red match. No?
Arsenal.
Who do you think Arsenal will do? Oh, qualify a creator match is way free.
No, but it's simple. Arsenal lose it to Manchester United, which say Arsenal fans no crowd doubt because yataka in the Premier League say you can say team obet the Premier League is simple is Arsenal.
Yeah.
And the same team no obet we Premier League is simple.
Yeah.
And meaning say Arsenal fans no crowd now I'm not sure say be so questions Arsenal come here dey be third so Arsenal dey almost started the year but the baby are no more no you no more bottle dey
almost for creator Martin
yeah do one na so say me Mikel Arteta
of we nyan kwan
that's it statement win
okay
catch your supporters say pamcho see lose you to Manchester United na clear that doubt no
4-0 5-0
channel 7D so na karata mati
but I don't really me think of for some qualification because Arsenal see can swap
I will say
who go
in terms of Arsenal book karata mati there
until you expect that but now Mikel Arteta say vamos BNC or BNC
and 4.2
or BNC
okay
muna want harmony na pep according to Mikel Arteta nothing has happened. Liverpool Fiaba against Qarabag. It's a game that I expect Liverpool to quickly also win the game. Atletico de Madrid in about 12 to 13 matches in the Champions League. We're winning against Bordeaux. I expect Atletico de Madrid with a very solid base to be able to win the game with some goals and over 1.5. Or Tottenham Hotspur are going away to Frankfurt. Both teams are in a good place. I think either go and also over 1.5 is most likely to happen. Bayern Munich, Charlie Vincent Company team. I won't try picture ni. I won't try picture ni.
You put try picture ni. No problem.
I won't try because usually come in Kabamu who me yamushim. I won't try picture ni bacho.
I didn't get it. I'm going to you.
We try picture ni bacho. It's Bayern away to PSG and either team to win over 1.5 goals or come. Juve any Monaco match, and it's a game where if you want to sit off, you can sit off at of it as well. Then finally, Club Brugge, any team a friend in Marseille, it's a game that team are over 2.5 betting to Leverkusen and Villarreal a film Leverkusen double chance and over 1.5. It's a likely game. It's rich. You're around the app now and maybe. O she bona na kita remote.
Se me do na push kro ni mo.
O se o ne.
Oh me.
Ana ko edmo se edmo na police.
Me o.
Against you.
Operation. Chelsea babo playoff. No ma say operation no free. Mo, me se me mam on tomo dika. E na mo ye dey. Na push kro ni ye me say give. Me
and now we were able to win. Sure, let's continue the streak. Me just a few quotes for our pen or paper natural. And the Champions League looks like a very, very good night here. But first one here, BW36542504. Second one here, BW3653F7B7. Third one here, BW36539CD0. Fourth one here, BW3653505F. Fourth one F, BW3652F6 2C H.
Okay. Kofi, that's a power for games are also one year. Abeche and so our Jumedino and so now Yenia Pato. Pato Londro say Sahas let me G League na. On Ube Jata, no one's a Pato do on a tide. I asked him to talk to say, As let me G League now. Anyway, young told you, my dear, no say na 50 man for the attending canal. Bismarck also been pay Island so bad that Yatua, you went for Champions League last round of games, 18 solid games. And now you're burning the at the same time, and you may na Yashawanum and na Enya automatic qualification 8, Now for 9 to 24, almost so Akobo aye playoffs, But before, maybe I'm told Yenny Apumdun Komo Kakra na Yentoson Farmasijo, Yene. Cement Fighter, Herbal Mesha and Capsules. A donor of the street in this way. A deep barco, a diamano, a guy. A dono, a bedroom giddy. Tiano sono, otimi, at Sebi, no aqua to be. I'm a BBI come at the amount. Chairman, good morning.
Good morning.
Now to say,
Yamiadum.
Dear me, see. It's your way, Siemens for a guy. Then I'm more than my minimum for.
Richard, Yemma, a herphony na kwaba. Na de bia ye ba ye catch her say, Kobo money so boko to drone been a fray and you come. And I'm saying, Nana drone a dra a bois na a yin or what be breed if you will. Richard, ye dear drew be a friend of precare natural powder, precase powder, babeca, a guy no. Na but I tie precase powder nature and say, and I said, tie train and say, Richard and Pempino, the abenome drone, drone be boy instantly, na be how be an echo. Now I recommend you would do more dance yama unya say and you unya unsuko tobi. If you would do more dance Fifi Manfred. Na Fifi so kotobi. But Fifi kotas and the process na as I used to look in the meaning say Fifi new system no I will form.
Okay.
Because the enemy says a drobia on more. A immune system na say jedrune de drone ye juma. And ya drone na one na ho den kwa na ye juma no. Because so immune system na ho den wo forma and bempi no ebe check akra ansa na wire resanaba. And mintina ye nhwehwemu doctors ne professors or more Princeton Company Limited. Nhwehwemu ne yakofa prekese powder ne de aba. Na we na nya prekese nko. Ye de household nnuane bia ye di afra. Enye di nnuo bia no so ano den pa ebo boost immune system no ye di afra. Enti o tie yen ana wo hwe na no pe ya. But more than so, to you no be a ye again, Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture and capsules. No what to precare natural powder, if any precase powder, no, or more than to be a the account, and no name, a bois, a dua cajemu, amaya the webby a haubiano, a in Nadia Fuho, no mono fray numbers, Nini income. Your numbers near 0244
0244
718
718
557
557
0244
0244
718
718
557
557
and it was 0241
0241
604
604
702
702
0241
0241
604
604
702
702
for Pimsan Company Limited our numbers we see here nene doctors no entwetwe nkom o do fra bo modin so betwemu said your yade ani sitie empredodo anase mfidudu adi wo ho bosome dodo adi ene said ye sitie ankasa na yahwe so aboawo na nam say said ye ana ye kan se frɛ no because Richard one thing ne say obua ne said ye ne yare ne na obu okra ne de no kwa na nye yare o nya medical condition o eye bi adwuma o ye bi aduane kura o die no kura timi kofa sa complications ne ba eno ntini ye so ofra no wa chichire mu yie ne ya bo modin ya atimi aboawo na agan no dwumadie titiri pa ne say eboa ma bema o modin bo wompem aba from no atimi apija oye bema na wo hye ye nei na o modin bo wompem no wa wonim say aba from ntie nei no pon adwuma and Richard o Champions League di amanfo atoadio because they tell you obenya bibi di ahye so ko he ball me once wo DSTV when you are Richard you but oni asumje wo fie because ko fie onim say they tell bia wa fie di ade wo hu make us obu okro no word me na ne ka test no to no onim the tax ahead ti abasa ne on na no hu ko fie ntem kra bomo modi akwatena bia no the tactics antes ne mathematics but the fact is why am re enu ntina agan aba no wo ye bema na wo hwe ye wutie ye na ye sexual weakness erectile dysfunction a man bi ho mo so mo yere no kunum no sabi omo no mo dimpa mu agwa gi so mo to cancer na e ba sa emfata enu na erectile dysfunction no sabi ade o ye adwuma mu memre but ade na say mutimi ye den na utimiri ye adwuma ne nti utie na erectile dysfunction utie na de ne premature ejaculation eno no I say PE bisa no so hu say physical education bisa no but we no premature ejaculation papa bi so say ya de ani din de na so ye nim guase ye pa premature ejaculation it utie na premature ejaculation abomodi ase ba kwato aduro ni bi na de ba kwa aduro ni ye ne say enya aphrodisiac teniye enya adura ebra bi aka 1 minutes now
we are natural
Richard the issue is that bema bia ba emre won pem sexual weakness no a microcosm of factors just say factors be brain na kokofaba sexual weakness waist pains etimedeba
sure
infections etimedeba ko timi just say nyoma be brain timi even adwuma wo ye kwana kwa fa so wo ye adwuma kwana timi ma wo ye mre and what kind of exercises be crown so o free be chere no say exercise no o ye timi boa e boost o sexual performance normal exercise you ayeye bi so ya no mo ye can say we no but ye was special one be no complete timi boost o sexual performance into to aduro na wo no ne sa chew no manoma bi Richard ye nuani bi okro di be ma o ye mrentem
sure
nuani bi ha odi obu wa de bi ice cream be ma de nyese de bi akon do ade de bebrebe ye ba sa be mo ayemre tisani omani na be cheche wo nuani bi abetwe ho afi ho kakra wa abra wo no maduro no ene nuoma bi a be cheche ene nuani bi mpa no so be cheche se be recommend am se bo modin adi ni more na nsu ntimi mu am enti normally ne sa wo che nipa no nya no maduro na e fama na no no le bi adanse nko a enu nti ne ye ka cheche se wa ye mra bo modin se obefra ye ne ye cheche sa ne oma wo na ne mo am wo hwe ye me pacho eye wo sisi na ye wo ya usisi na mo yo yesa yo hu hwenye yi a edro no ya anya ne keke ye de nuane no ano den ene di afra bibi te say endorphins jumedie ni nansi enyi ya wo mfamfiri ni pedue nem wo de wo hwe na wute ya bo google endorphin ebe choba juma endorphin eye ene adekra eye ene baby kro efiri ba nom agaya eboa ebusti ema endorphins bebrebe ni pedue nem a eyi pains and eyi ya wo firi ni pedue nem into de na koye usisi na ye wo ya tem bia wo complaining of usisi one e bi kwa adwuma wo ye na make say bia wo mazi wutu gearbox wutu engine so hu ebi so awo make say no de wo ye area honom Tambra gang mo no na say bi obi pagya ne container akwakosi ba bi fofora mo na mokofa te say adwuma bia e din bia wo ye bia uye mesi ni upeja blocks ni ade no me pacho ufre ye be chiro kwa be fa so be peja because your doctors are almost specializing in that area kwa fa so ye peja heavy equipment kwampo no ye be chiro na afi wonu maduro na kan unum wie a na aduro ni saw area we see area na biem because problem was how na we see peja nyoma how we see ye wadwuma unya no maduro ni a chiro saw we ni kan wanu no uye okay afei obi 80 ɔsɛ ne to ase ntini no ɛkɔ ne nanko komu no ɛtwetwe no ɔyɛ no ho hwe a ɛnyɛ yie bɔmmɔden sɛ wo nsa bɛka aduro ɛnam mepatɔ nitric oxide ɛwɔ aduro no mu no wei bina korɔgye ne yɛde ayɛ ɛno nti yɛ mpanyimfoɔ no nom a ɔmo mfiri 55-60 kɔ no ɔmo sɛ awei deɛ tete dido naa na yɛsan nom yio because nnuane nuo ne nubena ne nutan a yɛde ayɛ no ɛyɛ dido naa ɛna ne yɛsan so ɛde aba nti ɔto ase ntini a broni bɛka sɛ sciatic nerve mu twetwe ayɛ ho hwe ɛnyɛ yie no bɔmmɔden sɛ wo nsa bɛka aduro no bi na no yɛkɔ mekɔ service me car wɔ Toyota Ghana hɔnom na ɛm sɛ ɔm sɛ engineer sɛ dɛn ɔno na ɛbɛ abɛhwɛ car no ɔbaayɛ no so ɔsɛ ne to ase ntini no mu twetwe no ne sciatic nerve no ɔno kɔ ɔnhyɛ dɛ nyini bebree ɛyɛ ma na aduro bi sisi ame na wo ka sɛ bipia yɛ okay nti wo a wo suffer that complication bi abɔmmɔden sɛ wo nsa bɛka aduro na frɛ numbers no ne yɛnkyerɛ sɛ deɛ ɔbɛdɛ aduro no nya wo tɔɔ yɛ ana wo no ɛna wokɔ a ɛntie deɛ pharmacist anaasɛ herbal shop no deɛ ɔte hɔ no ɔka no aduro no yɛne yɛyɛ wotɔ a na wafrɛ yɛ number wɔ ho ne yɛakyerɛw 247 yɛnna obiaa pike course no bi doctors ne pike course no yɛadwuma no no nti bɔmmɔden sɛ wotɔ a bɛfrɛ yɛn afei ebia na wodeɛ no akɔakɔyɛ spinal cord problem knee problem ɛkyerɛ wo kɔtodwe ɛne wakyi brɛ mɔ ka sɛ ɔnsa ne mu yɛ wo yɛ mu gye wo sisi a yɛ am sɛ pɛyɛ bɛyi kakra do ahomakya no a wɔwɔ mi obi ntimi koraa obi wɔkɔda wɔ sɛ agye sɛ ɔde adeɛ kyekyere ne nan asan watimi ada kyese ne no mpeni mo no kɔtɔ aduro ni bi tɔ prekese powder ne count na frɛ numbers no ye be kyerɛ ko abɛnom na everything awa bim na saa ne mani na agyae but me nua ba ana me nua bɛma wutie a oyere aya ne nsabuo ne nsisi su yie make us say ebia na wakonom contraceptive pills bia ma na broso ebia na eno so akwakoye family planning say the be tete na wo ntem na akwakofa complications to say saade we na dia aba ne nsabuo ne emma obo wa bia etimi ateko be 6 months 1 year lady be free 2 years na ombu ne nsada oso akoye family planning ye ba no koto aduro ni bi top rekese powder ne ka ho kire ne say de onye no na me anim nukro ni oso anom aduro na ndu 1 bottle kwa na moja ne hyase se ba na eto sen eno so ka ho me kasa gan no eto sen so ho enti mema eto sen na ma no so mo amo so mo menses ma no mo a mo menses na ba na eto sen kama enso de ma oba bi won so wa losing libido oni atenka na Richard ye o man ni mema ni bi wo no ma ba no hunu kunu ze ni nua ba ma na ba ma no so ne ye ni ze ni nua ba ti o mo koda o sleeping position ni Africa country ba ko din ye Tunisia we di ne to ba na we di ne to ba no de ba bi hia na isa Tunisia but emra omunya guy ni bin humi ye na oh se bibia na Senegal because a mema ni timi sina mani ye to say o sina girls na sa akoda na Senegal ahuna nsen afcon ya Senegal for kwaje ye o she Kalidou Koulibaly keke kabobo gina chi ho yaduro na bi awura Senegal ebi awura ho Togo Senegal Côte d'Ivoire se aduri bi awura ho enti obi anu maduri bibia mpomu ye den nya stamina de ye na adwuma bia so ye football a wo ye den obi nya stamina de ye na adwuma ti de ka twe ne se bobodi kokoko pa aduri bi unya aduri bi enenu ebetimi abo Richard mema ni bi nso bilidi obema bi wo ha sabi omuni nsa nanso kokonti tambia abo so beko agyanan na moja ewom okoto aduro no bia to prekese pada ne kan ensure se do benom no nim se ebre no aso bomoden se obetie mu won kran na wo hwe na wutie ya okore pass ventures e ho na abenya aduro no doduro mu nso atimi aton halus na tenatet enso ewo ho afi uwo kumase a eye PFA pharmacy ewo Tafo Neuro Junction hono monsa beka bi Colinac Herbal Dani Herbal ewo Ashtown Misty ewo Mrom oba Dr. Mensa obenya bi o Freddy Mensa Herbal na Rock Pillar honso monsa beka bi o mankasime Jeff Herbal o Takrade ene mpatema ese Charles o ko ha obenya bi enso etimi ato Cape Coast eye Pena Herbal o half go so na o hye wutie ya me ba cho ye Ja Herbal na Kenya asenso ye Ja Herbal o half mem eye Reta Herbal na so I have mem ho na Richway Herbal Center ewo mem airport okwa honsa bomode akabi enkokofo no monko akobam na Isaac Pharmacy me ba cho o okofo dia e Gapson Pharmacy na Tenatet Herbal me ba cho o baby so etise mo amu wa enzema eziama ni those places ne so beko odalo okoho abenya bia to takwa yo wa se bidro fie na Joy Herbal Market Circle obenya duro ni bi enso etimi ato ye numbers ni bi mfrɛ ye ni nkomo 0244 718 557 and 0241 604 702 Richard Agane so eto sen yerase na misha
enso yedamasipa antiana makoto aduro ni bi na ayemumu adwuma kama papa said ya kanota afre number ne se ne be chew said ye obetimi anum aduro no Ata Julius good morning What is saying? I said the special one, Papa Josie. Hey, Josie Moreno, dear. I come go. Why am re? Hey, Moreno, Ampa, Champions League or the talent now. Why? Happy at your floors. I say, Richard, I think it's better to avoid the Arsenal current A game. I say, even a win for Arsenal is very low because the odds are very small. Yes, no, the more Panthers, some of the but me the Mikel Arteta number 2-4. Say, in order to avoid a sad doubt now, one month for team. So, because say, only Arsenal fans ni be din come no na de do. But as a do na yam hyehyɛ mo kakra say, Arsenal yi de. Sa mentality ana sa tag na we ho so. Ye de anytime bia da mbek na ya boto ade no. As a hyehyɛ mo team so. Enti Samemi Mikel Arteta, this is the timer. Me make a statement at the chesa fans ni na say look. Yes, can no sa na Arsenal ni te ba de nyende. So na be ya sa doubt the one man for team ni na no. Arsenal between a cleaning na de fro nti. Me no ya adwen say Arsenal de nyame nu kwen game no. Arsenal de no our from pa because of Arsenal name nu kra no qualify that. Edna team on no ebo Karat Amati for no almost Champions League no mafim. Nti I said there's nothing at stake. Awo ayegin but anyway that is your opinion and I respect it pa Oreku one aye kwasi ayamufa Beneza na rent akan Samuel Champion mama komra na mo messages amade abani na no yankin kan enfama so yeah discuss UEFA Champions League games ne makasi ye wie our group stage ni ahwe oma the first 8 no benya automatic qualification akọ manimina from 9 to 24 ma bokogbo aye playoff na ya hwe so mso ba ka aye 18 ho no ma wura around 16 no and hon komo and I did 18 solid games and na UEFA Champions League ni na no eba so at the same time enti ye a preview of games no and so etimi at the among Bismarck Osubempa Ayala. Good morning. Now what to say?
Oh, Nyamiado, me hoye.
E de nyamia se.
Me hoye no na me voice nye, ba na dey happen say.
E de nyamia se.
Okay. Na asara me come insem no. Me se me bisa wo asem we o. Dey be say na sports in ya dedicate ma Champions League no team nkan wa ya na feeling it say yawo.
Pa. C'est team out mi City. Eshe Arsenal.
O say na Nhyira na esi
ye. Na umbo Champions League ha dwe.
Na Nhyira na esi ye.
Na wo say umbo Champions League bi emunya do.
Emu de papa. Emu de papa. The second question. And the match is ni nyina no. Dey na wo be hwe.
Oh, minya no de no.
Napoli Chelsea. And I'll bet now. Because I want to
say, I want to nice form. Mr. Chipombeje. To be nice form, sir.
See ya.
Napoli, mommy.
Nice. Okay.
Then you give me.
Now, where do I need to for the yeah for me doing some pebinam. As on Rebecca, the Champions League in the 1 a free now crowd, the tactical board analysis, have gotten one very good partner, a Unilever International. I'm on board. Now, the Mama Niji Unilever International, one chat Facebook, one chat YouTube.
Jeff,
Mr. Record the LPM in the mommy. And I'm a refugee, Mr. Record the mommy. It's a Unilever International about on board. Say, Omoba sponsor a tactical board. Na analysis na ewo efie ha no na rich the mama niji say Unilever International abane say already omodo mo abata sports bebre omo sponsors of Real Madrid and other teams ewa amanone omo sponsors of CAF na sia AFCON ye boy they were sponsors omo sponsors of FIFA World Cup e bekoyi omo sponsors ewo ho na enya amanone nko ana omo try say omo do mo beba task force me so say in the last 1 month when we say Unilever International ako partner Kumasi Asante Kotoko enye kotoko nko a omoko kotoko no ene oma ekoyie then came Adriana Stars and so omako partner omo then the last team omoko yesa partnership ni bi was Accra House of Folk and so on board. What it means and say we will be our passports na oga koto deodorant I didn't know so sign resume when I koto before abra omo ene no mo do mo abe bata obo
48 hours net as well
72.
Wow.
Yes.
Because first time I'm to 48.
Say the new brand Abana.
Wow.
72.
Wow.
Who say area wa? Enti a show ni fufure
sure.
And then nyoma. And we say also we sham throughout the day. Enti say ope deodorant a we be go omo to oma 72 hours.
When you are better.
Yes, na da so come on. E man fufure ntil e ma wo bon. The beer now fresh. Red Zona produced by Nhyira International. Tell me so if you na crowd supermarket beer wo potamo provision shop wo potamo more beer be a ton cosmetics any no me beer okọ ha catch you say who produce spray quantity dia mano enye Red Zona from Nhyira International. Now who your shop is the one and comfort. Na mum uni bi wo shop ho. Ana what say omo no maje market na fe no who pebie tu ne kesia me show 2 shops we obetimi akoho and after from a ometimi any wedding kita ho na omabra ogus ne bi daddy ash stores daddy ash in a branch bako ewa Accra ewo Tikai Plaza ehonum opposite advanced savings Kaeshi okota kwa den so a market circle ho adjacent car bank that the cash uba Kumasi Mr. Anoche building opposite Boss FM dum that the cash honum ubetimi afre no 0531 013881 and I say 0244 772599 say any that the cash so a ubetimi done in cancer and as a beauty glow for so etimi aye adwuma almost a wholesale distributors for Red Zona and Unilever International no my me can was mo 2 shops we dum PZ near Asampa Pharmacy ho kejetia Dubai so omo shop back ho kejetia opposite gate 8 omo shop back ho Makola Moa omo shop back ho and Makola Central Market ho won kan so beauty glow for our shop ho so open bibia mamo so and as further information ubetimi afre Unilever International 0543 384 958 0543 384 958 2026 yes media which will produce prayer
oye kotokofana
yes
tobi no munyes Canada bia omo kotokonsu bi
what ase
oye has ni a tobi
oye diana tobi
the first now we use no enenya besisi ame no kan kototwene
ne to
because 78 hours there I have me come TV
72
sorry 72 me come TV
3 days
to say me say me ya me pay ni sa bibi so you are good to go
very good so very affordable so
obi ya Ghana ni bia nkoto
they say the normal one deals per
bia to be 72 hours
72 hours and one of Vinicius we na use kotoko place house place and way so to use so I say only place in and they use the same deals per it me say wa na what reason na be e dey am I rich you zoom into the games you know
okay
minimum time ko but will be very fast because we enya kasa o rich baby edu na enya kasa na mami le foundation kitu abi ma o se na be ya omo mutie no ometi ase ye o se o share tactical board no sisi ya you were from 1 to 18 enti ubenya 1 to 8 omo ma qualify any omo so nkampempen sake kasa Champions League area omo mbobo playoff no the amany games near interested they say Rich, there are teams that 1 to 8 anymore. They must still consolidate on position by getting points, and I said 3 points and then. And yes, sir, Obido 1 to 8 in the chi. Oh, we near Obetime about the 2 water polo. Abba from no about. And probably apart from Arsenal any Bayern Munich. What can be your position can be affected if you don't win. Remember a typical example. Say Real Madrid were 15 points. Almost 13 points should they win their matches? They go 16. In Real Madrid also Portugal no. So I'm going to say Benfica. And I said Okodi Agona say Benfica Shana. Now okay 15 wa. Now say these teams are more 13 points. Only win matches. It means Omba take over Real Madrid position and push them down. The player will go from uni baby corner uni baby kwakoto. And no name the games. And you're very, very interesting. Now, number 3, Rich. Your club they are below the first 8. Our mujidi pair or mu pedigree. Any club in the same season, they deserve to qualify straightforward. Barcelona can, Man City can, Inter can. All those clubs in Omujidi say no, we are too big and we don't want to add 2 additional games in the Champions League. And so you wrap quarterfinals in proper. Yeah, they per qualify from the group stages straight forward. And see, those are the dynamics for any games, Now with that said, Rich, I don't put premium on this flyer. Qualifying your difference, woman. And see, me and George Kaba me just say or shade the way from outside. Barcelona for ne kasa chinchin and also na only one person Barcelona qualify. It means on this graphic there are a lot of teams who are qualify. But Rich, qualification papa no.
Automatic no.
Yes.
Yeah, playoff.
There be.
Or playoff with the BBT.
What you say? Last time you bought playoff no. Say the Man City, Real Madrid no.
Sure.
So one qualifies later. What if you are drawn into such a game? It means one of those teams and also move free Champions League in the moon time. And no many games in an 18 games. Now, Mabusa was a rich. Yeah, we cable TV. Yeah, in Paris, sports standards now cable TV. Every 18. And games in Emudia, every home. It's a bomb team. Again, make it your because channels no 80 million.
Yeah, they be big boys in the end.
But Rich, so we can big boys in the games now. And also,
because 80 matches
80
and big boys, And
also,
Napoli they say big, Barca they big, Benfica big, Liverpool big, City big, Dortmund big,
Inter, yes.
PSG big, Frankfurt, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid.
Yes.
And a games now
exactly. It's me who can big game and that's a big boys. Even say yes selective guys so mama GB da and your mom club name who Rich, you will still get number of games at those one. Putting them on the TV channels will be problematic. And then you remember how Messi as a channel. Now let's do predictions.
Okay.
Now remember code. Look. But we say Oko Chelsea your X account wa. They've posted 2012. Okay, so 2012 for Money Napoli 2 ties now. It was one of the best ties I ever in the Champions League. And confirm say Chelsea free Mary. Then they came back to do their wonders. Which me share 2012 squad in Numwa. And I say, are they reminding me of Adebia? Abba me team this week. Rich, okay, Chelsea ball Bayern Munich this season in the Champions League now. The analysis was that Bayern team share almost easily because majority of the Chelsea players any Champions League experience. Now, with those same players, any Liam Rosenena, Waba honestly very, very rocky when it comes to Champions League football. What Chelsea are doing, and they say, almost a very, very inexperienced team led by a very, very inexperienced coach to go all the way to one of the most vociferous venues in European football, Naples, and say, go there and get us the results. Which, that is a very, very difficult ask. Mankana mewa. On the face of it, is Chelsea our favorite against Napoli?
Napoli will win Champions League ball.
Yes.
Coach. Conte.
But a very, very naive Chelsea team in the context of the Champions League. And the country almost say they should go to Naples, play at the Maradona Stadium, and get results out of there. Minimum say Napoli from India. Antonio Conte na Angasa Mukani in Europe on your coach Kasiebia. But domestic football there is one of the best. But in Europe, on certain new pedigree papebia. Which will Chelsea be able to do it? Big question. Big one. Adia minimum say. Since Aliam Bayern, Chelsea game be a match be on my team winning a game, which they are able to boss the midfield. Then they follow it up with almost chance creation or match. And tell me just one question. With Moise Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, joined by Kopama in the number 10 position, against Lobotka and McTominay, Omitimia dominating more Nepos. That is very, very huge question. Chelsea must find a way. Meaning, a lot of Chelsea fans, they don't probably watch the Serie A. And since I walk out Lobotka now come McTominay, they don't really understand saying a combination it here. But Rich, on a very, very good day, these two players.
Only very good.
Yes.
I heard McTominay dominating Manchester United.
No, but of course, Serie A. People don't follow leagues. Before they don't watch the Serie A. Especially Lobotka. Which say Onyani Day pa. He can be very, very troublesome in a midfield and dominate it for on the team. And the Chelsea must be careful. Chelsea a favorite mommy on paper there. But Rich, a bad day some better Napoli for.
Okay.
A bad so Chelsea a better Napoli for. And go for me so much game with me. Arsenal will win. What adeɛ baako a memo almost have him no number number mienu Arsenal said the team said they still have a quality and strong team. Internet a lot of the keyboards better na bench by exam they will play and they are very, very good players. So na Henka Pambo na Luis Kelly there, but you can't tell me Luis Kelly or a good player. Arsenal best on the team. Ebia enye Jonathan Madabo 2 by Ben White Ben White strong.
Saka man no ni madoke.
You get it.
Quality.
So, yes. So Trossard and Mono the Gabriel Martinelli you get it. So Odegaard and Mono as an elbow. So the Gabriel so say Joker so Arsenal strong team and they are playing at home. And Arsenal both side game will reach at the backdrop say in 3 games in the Premier League we back cry. They need to find their winning mentality and turn them into a woman said they will bench a lot of players, but they will still be very, very up for this game. And Arsenal Ebeshe Karate for no. Barcelona Ebeshe Copenhagen.
Okay.
Now who said the biggest problem Barcelona and FIFA, you know? And then when Daniel Moka press conference now so say Barcelona Kobobo na omunya Frankie de Jong omunya Pedro na sa we worried otwase. But the bit my catch a question is say, Fermin Lopez. They can play in their position now. Frankie de Jong, Monet, and Pedro Ebon, even including Eric Garcia. He mentioned Eric Garcia, and it's all Mundo is predicting said the midfield will be Eric Garcia, Daniel Olmo in the number 8, and said the Pedro Ebon, then Fermin Lopez number 10. Meaning say this Copenhagen team can be worrisome, but they've come up against Barcelona at the wrong time. Barcelona almost say they believe almost say now they get 16 points. 16 points because there are clashes for the other teams, you know, and they move right into the straight 8, you know. Barcelona will beat them over 1.5 from Po. I asked Olympiacos will be an over 1.5 game for me. Which you understand my man where there?
Bebao.
Yes. 2 good teams are BM Ebo. And the Athletic Club de Bilbao, any Sporting Club de Portugal game, you know, will also give an over 1.5 game. Honum. Atletico Madrid, also because of the Bodo and the Man City. No. And I will go for a double chance for Atletico and the Wanda Metropolitan. Yes, Bodo a very stubborn side. but the omodi here Man City and Siano, and Atletico add on so they will not lose to Bodo or if you so double chance teamer your friend Atletico Madrid. Rich Ubra charge to the ball. Putting Kapa.
Oh, the last time crime attending can be 1 week.
Just you know, or did never just or did Liverpool Goma. Me genuine feeling to say.
On the was coach in Nhyira.
Was a coach in Nhyira.
Was an slot no.
Yes. Me so say
as a club, me a club yeah no no be di ho.
And yeah,
and the bedroom so no one for team in Nhyira.
This mo me bra bi wo Holland insurance a friend Befi. On say Liverpool ni sa. And yeah, on here bra chance to the boy. O madwe no opposite.
Okay.
But me so say me Befi o bleedy pa because some catch and say, "Bo mu club no." Sa club full team no ko a obehu de ekoso. Which I think the Liverpool in domestic competitions, but in the Champions League they do well. Come back for near stubborn because they are able to score goals. But me sure say Liverpool ever share or more and the Anfield in the Champions League. What a game! It's
Galatasaray.
Look, Gala will be bare to score goals against City. Me can't say win, but to score goals against City, will be bare. Sharp wingers. Good passes, striker with the box one, all my pressure. City team this season can contain certain, you know. And to the question they say, how many goals and a City bet me share without Semenyo in the Champions League to win this game? Goals to the door saying, and I mean real fee. Magayine Antoine Semenyo, they are not registered for the Champions League yet. And you are free. Then you be watching South City team now. Bodo Echo share almost 3-1 now. Facing this Galatasaray team, forget about the venue. This is European football. The environment, you know, adequate for be only goal will be able to score. Rich, and again, we I'm going to be home win Sambia. Yes, because I'm telling you, I'm able to win a year. Maybe BSC. Game I think it's a goal there. It is a shot for those two teams sitting now. Say Omubetimi Ashe. I was how much in him. Mr. Jose, I am real.
Just say.
Tiroma de Gakusha.
I'm
Tiroma de Gakusha.
I'm a go show.
I think say Osha is on Puna with the Mauna. Real Madrid points, you know, Omu here be a and son of why is safe. And no Real Madrid are born with a lot of seriousness. I will go for a Real Madrid double chance away. Our Benfica in Portugal. Dortmund Inter. Me won't feel so only the baby. Sometimes I'm going to talk finals.
Dortmund Inter now.
Omo ya no do final. Ya question no ma betre fie. Enti eye finalist entokwa. Ana omo eba be kono. Me hwe two teams no the players omo wa. I think we can also count on goals in this game.
Okay.
No worry ourselves with when the best Nyonko because we be able to see Inter still on paper a strong mommy than this Dortmund team. But at the signal Iduna, Inter sometimes they can also deceive you. And let's forget about it. Now we say okay, see who carry my day me and Maximilian Bayer and it's Sebu Gorasi. Now there Inter will also go with Lautaro Martinez. Any Turam there, then we will see goals in the game. So an over 1.5 was Germany. It's the same thing. That was our game with Frankfurt. Then Tottenham was so will get us the goals. I am a fair party. Bayern over 04 Leverkusen. I here with Lucas Vasquez picture to announce the match day graphic. You know, he's a Spanish, and I have Villarreal Spanish team and an Airbag. So they decided to say, okay, you will come on call for Nhyira say to me any or more about two very, very good attacking teams and they will produce the goals. So Bayern for Leverkusen Villarreal should also give us goals. I was our competition a full front talker. But I think say Pafos an advantage of more so move home. And they look slightly a better team kakra. Defensively, HN Slavan power. So I'll go for a Pafos or more double chance. I was our game with. Yeah, you know. And then the keep front page, you know. I say objective and I triple. almost triple objectives. And then almost there are 3 games in the Champions League final day of the group stage involving French clubs. Paris Saint-Germain, Marseille, Monaco. We will start with the Monaco game against Juve. Look, Spalletti by confidence not the average Juve rich. And what do you know? And they will be taking Jonathan Davis back to France. Monaco team no so nya bad team at all. And then it is say I have so far team ebetimi ejina with Balagun as a main striker. I think so we may see some 2 goals be. That was our game in Monaco and Juventus at the end. This game can't fail with goals. Club Brugge and Marseille, 2 very, very good attacking teams are. Yeah, when they will give us some goals. We now your team at their kind of bets. Then the Paris Saint-Germain Newcastle game. Sankia Bobo was St. James. And the home atmosphere will be different. And can you make me a pushy Newcastle for to say they stand a chance I was a game win. But Rich, the game is being played at Parc des Princes. The only problem with Paris Saint-Germain and they are not having Fabian Ruiz. Fabian Ruiz in games are a pinche intensity This PSG for sa tempo control and commit me a calm ball. Without him, Rich, this is one of the games I want to watch. And I'll tell you why. The prediction for Paris Saint-Germain a line up on the NSA without Fabian Ruiz and with João Neves in late fitness when you're they are going to go with a midfield of Vitinha. They say when Ghana will play in the midfield, then Warren Zai Emery and so Ebebo Fifi. What Sa Paris Saint-Germain midfield way? Extra NSA. Rich, they will also not have players. Only control bono. A pass on 50 bebre. Enti wait free. Obiano say Newcastle for day. There's one way they play their game. Gordon, Harvey Barnes, and a Wissa. Anymore. You have na quick transitions to them. Near the ball Tremika, expecting Trippier and a horse or joining Omo or attack. Enti Rich, we are going to see one of the games. The pace and the intensity will be too much. That was our game win. So we are short of goals. I want the Parc des Princes between Paris Saint-Germain and the team your friend Newcastle. But because it's a home game for PSG, I will add their double chance to our game, And so I can't how many games in there. PSG Bayern. Bayern, say. Goals better.
Yeah. Maybe a 2-1 B.
2-1. 3-1.
Yeah.
3-2.
PSV team
no.
Nkwe.
Aso muso no madumbi. Wow. Me the goals na me hu. Ba Bayern be sene de ene na me gidie na ewo mu no ewo from kakra. But goals ne de why not? If you appear it was our game. I think this is the last game. Union Saint Gallen and then Atlanta will also give us probably an over 1.5 game to reach. And the games in the baby. Let me finish with odds. I think I have one rollover odds and I just 2 odds for the rest of the games, And so mean to be fun community for near for. To me show Gina and also Odia on your man getting kitty. Let's start with the rollover one. No, 5 odds for code no BW 3658 9A 5C BW 36589A 5C and the rest just two codes. And also first one a BW 36199 DC0 and a BW 36584A84 Oko Ousubempa Yala LX and after Bismarck Ousubempa hyphen
Ayala Facebook, and I say Ayala Sports Facebook, and I say if you are fortunate to be a member of the WhatsApp channel, and I say Telegram channel, no so and then also when you already have seen it. Into which Yemfa NCA.
Yemfa update in my for now and discussing Nankasa on Kotokono. Yenye Swedwell Blacks and now I'm the betu just head coach. Any video analyst nano. Mutually terminate contract. Na utie reason na ona ema kakra. Almost say a heart related reasons and issues inti ono mujina so a de terminate head coach Ahmed Fati. The Yakasa CCA former Bechem former Nation FC coach Kasim Mingo. And I can't say there. Now are you for no? I'm working crew. I na Bechem for another back.
Okay. The minimum is a tamana ofu on. And some kitten.
Okay.
And on the Ghana and rich and pay for no pay more.
They are not the business aspect. No,
get it. They will not look
at I think Upo will name the Bechem team.
Yes.
Easily
he should come back. Easily he should come back.
Because Bechem team no struggle. You coach will need team now.
Okay.
Time and nature because time and nature. Them say Bechem for the fun in them. I'm also my trauma or blacks for no. I found but I all blacks for us king. Both head coach video analysis now. We now have to use. As a
coach in a video analysis in the buy. And TB on mobile and the Ghana weather. Okay. Also reasons why you part ways with obedience. But yeah, one on him say, yeah. Jumana number say mujai. Sure. And I'm mujai. And that is a big one.
Time niti Samba O'Neill contract extension buhahano. Bebe say customer for the Makumasa Sante Korokona Kasa. HHM the mine. Say Samba no. Because any attitude beside branch on a tough time. If any demands in our old demand from Kotokona, I had because I got 6 months. I will a year in the contract. No so lawyer Safuduku Square at HHM say, ain't no Mujina Kotoko, Tia convince our branch. I'm always sending the contract, the Makotoko, and answer still now. A branch into me because we understand, say, oh, symptoms be South Africa, Tanzania, Libya. Any country baby teams in the air per brand general. Yentelo Safuduku on Abranti offenses Samba O'Neill and Dongani. The contract extension on.
So those stories are some of the usual rumors because as I speak to you now, we haven't received any such offers as being speculated. As we have always indicated, the contracts between Kotoko and Samba expires at the end of the season. And so we are making frantic efforts to renew his contracts. About 4 days or so ago, we sent a new proposal to Samba and his team. So we await their response. Well, looking at how long it has traveled, because we started this conversation almost a year ago, it appears to us that it's becoming difficult for the player to renew his contracts. But we will keep on pressing with the hope that he will have a change of mind because he feels that he would want to continue somewhere. We are also pushing that he remains with us. And so if you consider how long the conversation has traveled to, very frank that it doesn't look all that positive for us. Even though we have ruled out the possibility of him continuing staying with us.
Okay. And the customer for the Kumasi Asante Koro lawyer Safuduku and HHM and Ayala Sauti lawyer. I said I drag you to 1 year back and forth, sir. Me sign. Mama say, okay, bra from my when you able to me tia. I said, Mama say, sir, Fede, I'm the fresh offer. I got to a brand to you when you say, obey me a sign. And I want to say, why are they say player kitchen now? Obvious.
Is it rich? The crowd was even say. A brand here for the Samba now. On sign contract.
1 year there.
But, we say, Ojina crossroad. Or share the time I would do Okotokona. Or appreciate it. I was a Kotokonya BB. Free no one son wako. but saa ne trim pono on pese rich and also so ebe overturning the tables na kotoko mum abenya like strong hands on decisions no. So how do you do it? Enkewa over so hoko ba o pese kotoko nya bibi na mum no o pese so e o sign contract extension abra kotoko meet financial demands because unim said the moment you sign contract extension even with clauses say oh may sign club bia no monton mamenkwa you know the moment I sign contract na only kotoko be contract no e mum enya upper hand on the negotiations with you. That is where assembly now unim me projection baby assembly kwa wie Yahu bebre in Ghana football, where players be person moko. Now so no omo club or more film work on say e better na manya kakra. Impempi rich esi bako. They wait contract ni be wie. Omo sign contract no for baby omo ko no. Sika na omo nsabeka no mati bi aba club no. Maybe you say somebody else anyway.
No, for Ube Chelsea player 1 year. You be sign back and forth.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so obvious.
Oh, Papa is go bet now. But enoma mi no.
Mumi tili demands.
Kotoko sika sam. Entimi emiti abranti any demands na o man. And number 2. Rich. Asemi na to some mentia. But me also who say he needs to be playing for a club. The ambitions in the was consistent or Africa or group stages of the Confederations Cup and as a Champions League and I even a man in Europe. Sa no money me no say sika and it's ambition. Kotoko come meet it. Now baby I make catch up Kotoko for any all football fans and they say Rich what observe here. Play the contract be very pay near fair calculator. Player no yes ya boano also otimi enye no bibi. You see, why don't we do that analysis when we are picking these players for free? Yantomo sama go to no free club eh yantono oba for free and oba sign 2 years Rich asuma samba aba sum kotoko in the last 2 years Africa need domestic league ni adi Sebi obi a offer free there. I would need to salary so. He has also like also didn't
pay you back.
Exactly.
You know Jerry.
And baby do na yet oh that moral argument gidi no. Maybe they have already told you. The guy will wait. Offers be one in India on him. He will go sign contracts. Take the money and come and give Kotoko Bibi.
Okay, eventually I'm running. I'm at 12 by so my insurance over 4.5.
Android so in the process maybe say promo code ayedian no about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no ye chew £5 and €5 and you more Europe so America na Canada ye chew $10 for free o send this cancel yento we tap send it there no fee.
Hey, they just say okay yo. Tap send. No.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, any I'm check them some from. Kaish. Soon tap send party jack. Mama we are saying can you? Hey, me daba.
Ofa, pacha mama friend.
You know kwa woni abri say.
Masoya yeshiro nana.
Na dey.
Se baby ameti ye tumi o. Na me wo fa send me sika. Di nkan wo de kosi wo bisu nipa kura discount. Yo de ba ye nso amiko yi a ehon sem bebre. Afi kwa do mo busam sem aye transaction o hoda.
Debbie. And catch you, catch offer say on download tap send. So download tap sender or send this camera wire. About to mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send there. We are say fana baby obia so what Europe and America Canada. So kura Android so kuta iPhone and once we download app na two phone so. In the process maybe say promo code ayedian. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Ye chew £5 and €5 and you more Europe. So America na Canada, yeah, chow, $10 for free. Oh, send this cancel, yento Tap send it there, no fee.
Hey, they just say Kayo. Tap send. Papa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, anyway, I'm checking my sound from. Kaish, a soon tap send party jack. Mama, we are saying, can you? Hey, remember that?
Ofa, Pacha Mamen Fro.
You know what you say?
Masuya, yes, Nana.
Not there.
Se baby, I'm here to me. And I'm a fast and miska. I didn't kind what they could see with business in Pacred discount. Oh, you're the buyer and so amico here. I won't send me brave. I feel quite a mobile some transaction or order.
Debbie. And catch you offer say on download do tap send. So download the tap sender or send this come away. I bet some mobile money and our bank account simple.
Tap send.
Yeah, tap send. Now okay, tap send it there. If you see a fan baby ubia, so what Europe and America Canada. So kura Android so kuta iPhone and once we download the app na 2 phones. In the process, maybe say promo code aye. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Yeah, charge £5 and €5 and you more Europe. So America na Canada, yeah, chow, $10 for free. Oh, send this cancel, yento Tap send it there, no fee.
Hey, they just say Kayo. Tap send. Papa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, anyway, I'm checking my sound from. Kaish, a soon tap send party jack. Mama, we are saying, can you? Hey, remember that?
Ofa, Pacha Mamen Fro.
In the process, maybe say promo code aye. No about Nhyira FM asho e basa automatically no. Yeah, charge £5 and €5 and you more Europe. So America na Canada, yeah, chow, $10 for free. Oh, send this cancel, yento Tap send it there, no fee.
Hey, they just say Kayo. Tap send. Papa no.
Yeah, Ojo. What's on this channel? Okay, anyway, I'm checking my sound from. Kaish, a soon tap send party jack. Mama.
Games in the doors when 18 games. Champions League.
It's a boom. My peka crash on.
What you say? Now, bet we say, say guma will tell bet na will pay BD. Now, when him so do betua, when him so mama on be boost to us no a day amount. Obet me the best saver. At so obet me the normal be brave. Ede aka bet no because betway all those offers no ede ma no. Na omo refi say ultra bet no we are unique code na was no. Share say ultra bet. Ono betting community, ono schoolmate, one WhatsApp groups, ono social media handle, ono mo followers in abeti ma share code no. Say enko for edu code no twa beta, wa code ne odi ano. Obenye sika edi Efrem way and a friend bet influencer no from Betway exclusively omo pe and on WhatsApp package na omo ebetimi edi amount ma ramfi say one Betway ebedi juma beka busia no wa beka omo ho tentem say na be ya obetimi enya adodo dia Betway edi ema ni bi undi 18 years dia Mr. betting on count emrama ho kan ema wontwa bi na mu wadi 18 years ekodia ene o bet ya no bet responsibly the battery me say ya no bet onyansam Betway omo say get way more.
Insurance of 4.5 year birthday na ya sorry akofa dum kase no e di abramo first one chairman for nyina chairman Denyame ne wife Mrs. Rita Kisinyame ene ne birthday faro ye adwuma awo Ghana Customs awo nkan we fi wan kasa awdofo papa bi okunu chairman Denyame o say ya show happy birthday nyame show pa nyame show Mrs. na onya okese na de dawa kuma so bia nyakopo nyani nyina enso enfamanti Mrs. Rita Kisinyame chairman mu nyina chairman Denyame na wife edin birthday and second one no eye Khadijatu onso do birthday nde o papa Latif edna o mama Mrs. Rose ase yare show happy birthday and the entire family ni na Khadijatu yamisha onyo kese school awko nyankopon bi wadum na onso nyini be panipa na nimdia oba akwai no onso fa bi bebu abusua ne Ghana nyina happy birthday to you Khadijatu ati Fred man say ko fa do kase ne dia bram ye ban ya munim dada se say program na be fa ba bia ene no bia etie eye obra at one hima benwa anything no Lady God I ready omo ha ambi dwumade no omo bo lishi adi amamunti yankone yankotia dum kase no ye ba ya no mo trase di dwumade no adi abren yakam dina nyame yadoma ye be hia
CTV